everybody. Good evening and welcome to the solo pederast looking guy show. Well, April will be here in a little bit. Don't worry. She left her earrings as a down payment. Oh my God, she disappeared and they left nothing but her ear. Welcome to the show. So much to do today. Very excited. May get to Alex Jones yelling at his ex-wife. There's now, I guess, just a swarm of women releasing recordings of their husbands yelling at them. I guess that's the new thing. It worked. It actually, you have to blame Hillary Crowder because it worked really well for her. But that's because we all hate Steven Crowder and we think he's gay. So it worked for her because we're all on her side. Alex Jones's ex-wife, I guess she released a voice recording. This wasn't a video. This was a voice recording of him yelling at her. Now, chances are we're all going to be on Alex Jones' side with him yelling at his ex-wife. She sounds a little bit like a cunt, and it's Alex. So look, man, the guy's fighting the Illuminati and the robots and AI and the vampire inseminators of children and shit. Like, he's a busy dude. So if he's yelling at you, you're probably bothering him. So we're going to play that a little bit later tonight. We've got a lot of stuff planned for you. As Softcast would say, a fun show. It's going to be a fun show this evening. I'm a little nervous. I got something I did not deserve before the show started. Chlamydia. Actually, no. I was checking Twitter notifications just before the show started, and fucking Kumia retweeted that we were, the evening show was going on at 7 o'clock Central. Could we at least do it when the hot chick is here? Could we not do it when it's going to be me by myself? Just sitting here with my shitty goatee and my I got to cut my hair tomorrow. I look like a pederast. It's awful. Did we have to get a retweet that night? I'll make the most of it. Well, let's do what we do. Let's catch up with all of you degenerates. And then we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. We're crossing our fingers that somebody doesn't die. I think we've also got that story of the news guy that got fired in New York. They didn't know why. They just said he was on a hot mic during a break, and he said something fucked up. Nobody knows what it was until today. They figured out what he said, and I don't know. I'll take bets on it. You guys want to throw out what got him fired? Most people go racial slur. If you opened up betting on what got a news guy fired that he said on a hot mic, most people, I think the betting favorite would be N-word. And then after that, probably gay F-word. I always, when it comes to people getting caught on a hot mic saying something that gets you fired from a newsroom, I don't know what the betting odds on this one would be. I'm not going to say they're like Buster Douglas against Mike Tyson, but I always go with cunt. Because it's one that you can definitely see people using a lot. They could get tripped up. They could, in the heat of the moment, they could use the word. And it's always an automatic fireable offense because there's women in the workplace. I mean, nobody allowed me to have a vote, but they allow women in the workplace. And when they hear the word cunt, they go insane. So I usually bet on that one because if you bet on N-word, you don't get a good return on that investment. You pay $5, you win like $2.50. Because that's the one everybody guesses. But cunt. I bet you get like 3-4 to 1 on betting cunt. So I'm going to go with that one. TMZ continues to dig into Britney Spears. We've also got Kanye, for some reason, marrying a chick that looks like Pete Davidson. It's going to be a weird night. Let's get going. Let's talk to you assholes and animals and see what you've got. No April, no peace. Yes. Softcast saying, are you okay? No. I got Kumia retweeting tonight's show. I don't want people coming in here for the first time going, oh, Anthony said this would be a good idea. My co-host isn't going to be here for 45 minutes, maybe longer, because it's road construction season in Minnesota, and I look like an asshole. We hope for the best. Freaky Deaky with a good one says, he said something about the Jews. Jews is a good one. That's a solid one, especially in New York. Jews, that's one people don't think about as much anymore. They go right, because we've been so conditioned to think about everything as race and gender and sexuality and all that. We forget about the oldie, the classic. Jews. Zen Rhino says, I almost got fired on AM radio for saying there were a pair of 38s staring at us because I was talking about the weather. 38 degrees in 2 cities surrounding my area. Boy, you guys, I tell you what, that guy was a fucking wild man on the air back in the day. Zen Rhino, oh my God. Mad Max Mardigan says, I caught the morning show this morning and Johnny's been on fire now that he's remoting in and not afraid of you punching him. It looks good too. His setup looks good. It flows nicely with what we have. And I don't have any problem with him zooming in like that. The only thing is that fucking cat, and he got it. And I like that. I like that he kind of picked up that I was like, fucking cat. Because you know me, like when it comes to doing a show, I like professionalism. I don't even like the dog coming up here and shit. I don't like the dog in the studio area. He's got to get the fuck out. I want to do a show. And my thing is, I want to be the only reason the show sucks. I don't want it to be because Johnny's distracted by a fucking cat. First of all, I see a cat, I want to eat it. I want to kill it. I want to go. I hate cats. I hate them. I find no redeeming quality about a cat whatsoever outside of the use they may or may not use it for in a Chinese restaurant. So I see a cat, I lose my shit. Second of all, are we doing a show or are we not doing a show? If we're doing a show, get rid of the fucking cat. And what I love about Johnny is he senses that. That's what a good second mic does. He senses that I want to nuke the whole fucking thing when I see the cat sitting there on his lap. Don't sit there and pet your fucking cat while you're doing a show. Because while you're doing this, that's the less funny things that are coming out of your face. Oh, nice cat. Nice cat. Break that fucking cat's neck and let's get back to work. Softcast with a good point. What word got that guy fired from the newscast? He says, what's your favorite one to say? You show me yours, I'll show you mine. On 3. 1, 2, 3. See, I didn't. You can't pin that on me. Kmart Ready says, Anthony loves fun shows. Well, this is a fun show. Why would you not? I love that. I love guys like Kmart Ready. They're like, a fun show, am I right? And I'm like, yeah, what a terrible thing to do if you're doing a show. Making people happy. I sure am an asshole. I love guys like that. Now, MSO says, no April, no goal. We will see. Taste Fairy kicking us off tonight. Says, so I officially moved to Wisconsin today after living in Minnesota my whole life. Pray for me. No offense. And I know that you're looking at your new home and you're thinking, wow, this, I'm going to make the best of it. This is going to be great. It's a step down, man. It's like a real step down. It's all the boring parts of here, but then add in stupid redneck drunks. And not fun, stupid redneck drunks, just dumb, inbred, stupid redneck fucks, and then Packers on top of it. You're not gonna, again, make the best of it. I don't know, maybe you live close to Stillwater. That's all right, but other than that, it's all fucked. Just a Dabbler says, whoa, I've been away for too long. Hi, Aaron. Hey, Just a Dabbler. Good to see you, buddy. Always good to have you back. Triple N says, Anthony would do a weekly show where he does magic mushrooms and call it Shroomia Live. I'm not saying that tonight's show had any kind of momentum. Like I said, I don't have my co-host with me for a while. I've got the big retweet. I got people coming in, hey, excited for a good show. It puts a lot of goddamn pressure on me. So I'm not saying that we had a real live one cooking here, but whatever wind we did have in the sails, the Shroomia Live line killed it. Dead. That's it. Oh, Scooby Jooby Joo says that Anchor could be in trouble for Botox talk. Ooh, bringing up the vaccine. That's another one we don't think of anymore, huh? That's another one we don't really think of anymore. That was a hot button one for a little while, bringing up the vaccine. But then the news realized, maybe we should stop reporting on 18-year-old high school football players who drop dead unexpectedly, because the dumb people we talk to are starting to put 2 and 2 together, and it's making our job harder. Citizen M says, Aaron, you need to clarify your morning comments. You told everyone not to trust me with secrets, but you did trust me with a couple secrets, and I told no one. I never would. Citizen M, you are approaching Jake Hudson territory. I was fucking with you, you stupid autist. See, fun show. fucking around, goofing on you. But you are a dirty, 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 dirty fuck that nobody should trust. Absolutely. You listen to this show and another show and another show, and you're too much into beef and drama and shit. And as you know, for the last few months, I've been pulling away from that, and the shows have been getting better. So that's Citizen M. I'm busting your balls. All right, I'm busting your balls. That's it. He owes us for the time April's not here. This show doesn't count, says Schaff. God damn it. That's too bad. I'm sorry. You know what? I'll think about it. Rincewin says, I don't like people leaving Minnesota. We need to keep all the dredges of America in one place. Hey, we're all right here. We've just got our politics all fucked up. That's all. We've just got our the politics are a little fucked up. It's ruining the state. It's slowly turning it to shit, but we'll figure it out. All right, guys, 2:45 away from knocking it out today. Let's get to work. We'll drop it under 200 by the top of the hour. We'll also get over 100 likes by the top of the hour, so keep hitting that thumbs up button. Subs are going through the roof again, which is fantastic. We are about 250 away from getting to 10K. There's Marbles with $4.99 says, so you hate cats, huh? Watch it, bud. Fucking watch it. Your car is about to smell different permanently. BLB Minnesota is onto you, bud. Is that what the fuck is BLB? Is that some kind of no wait, that would be a pro cat organization. Fuck BLB and their fucking asshole. How about that? All right, boys. Let's get to business, shall we? J-Bet says, and there's little Mogadishu, that problem too. Actually, the Somali community in Minnesota, way better than it used to be. I'm not saying there's still not a bit of an assimilation problem, but it is not near the issue that it was at one point. If that makes you feel better. I mean, it's better than it used to be. It's not where it needs to be, if that makes sense. All right. Thank you, guys. All right. Perfect. Someone doesn't like his furniture either. All right. Take it easy, Marbles. 240 away. There's the Streamlabs, the PayPal, and the Venmo. Let's knock that down. Make it a successful night. We'll do 30 minutes of overtime and listen to Alex Jones yell at his ex-wife. I've got some bad news in the wrestling world. Superstar Billy Graham might be on his way out. The WWE Hall of Famer, known for his prowess as a bodybuilder and a pro wrestler, is on life support, and his family says his situation is dire. He's 79 years old, which is like 146 in wrestler years, and he did everything. Like drugs, drinking, steroids, you name it. Superstar Billy Graham did the whole thing. Superstar Billy Graham's one of the most influential guys that's ever wrestled. I mean, the list of guys he's influenced, Jesse Ventura, Hulk Hogan, Scott Steiner, just to name three of them. Superstar Billy Graham's one of the most copied guys ever. Probably Buff Bagwell's another one that was heavily influenced by Superstar. Graham's wife, Valerie, shared an update on her husband's status Monday, saying, please, urgent prayers needed for my husband. The doctor wanted to remove him from life support tonight. I refused. Well, unless you're in Canada, the doctors don't ask you to, take your husband off life support unless it's, nut cutting time. And, some people, that's got to be tough as a doctor. You go to like a loved one and you have to broach the subject sensitively about, being like, we kind of need the bed. Let's kill your husband. Or not. I mean, not kill him, but like, let's not breathe for him and just see how he does on his own. Let's put him in the deep end of the pool knowing he's not the strongest swimmer. What do you say? I feel like no family is ready on the first try with that one. Like, we can try a little bit longer and maybe something will happen. And it's weird because as a doctor, you know that nothing's going to happen. You know this guy is fucked. But you're like, oh, you know what? Okay. We'll hang on a little bit longer and we'll monitor his improvement and see where things go from here. But you walk away, you look at the nurse's station and you're like, this guy's done. We'll talk to him tomorrow morning. Maybe we'll ease him into it. So I don't know if Superstar is long for the world. He's a fighter and his will is strong even if his body isn't. God is our hope. she said. According to a GoFundMe page for the WWE legend, the 79-year-old is dealing with a myriad of serious health issues. He has been in the ICU for over 3 weeks. Well, then, yeah, it's probably over for the superstar. Yeah, here's his GoFundMe page. That's what superstar Billy Graham's looking like these days. 79 years old. That's a hell of a run. He's raised $15,415 of his $25,000 goal. And you guys say that our goals are too high on this show. Superstar Billy Graham's almost dead. And he still wants, what, $25,000? Come on. Quit busting my balls. Go shit talk. Go make a subreddit about superstar Billy Graham. What did I do? Pen 15, no Pen 15, fathead with $2. You ate your mother's knickers. Okay, that makes sense. You're not gonna get me. They all got the Opie Nicholas Gers super chat thing, and now they think they can get everyone. Oh shit, that reminds me, I was gonna check up on Opie sometime this week. He was talking shit about our boy Gino. Go watch a little Opester tonight. He was talking shit about my boy Gino Bisconti, calling him a drunk, which normally would be correct. That would actually be totally a fair criticism. But I don't think he's been drinking for the last month, which makes me believe it's got to be court-ordered. I'm kidding. I was only kidding. Matt Fields with 199 says, sorry, man, my cat is out of control. Fucking cats, man. Fucking cats. Just a Dabbler says he needs one more match. Well, I'm no offense, Just a Dabbler. He is having one more match with the Reaper. That's every wrestler's last match, and the Reaper so far undefeated. Chef Lou F. Word says he was being his usual cunty Opie self. Oh, was he really? Okay, he was being cunty to Gino. The fuck kind of problem could he have with Gino Bisconti? I guess anything to anything to keep him in the 800 view range. Am I right? Not that I can say anything. The Chrissy Mayer thing we did, our last Chrissy thing we did on the American Airlines deal, that went gangbusters. This current Chrissy clip that we put up today, the one of her shitting on that herd of elephants at the comedy show that Johnny and I did today, that one is threatening to break our 26-day thousands view streak. We've had a streak of the clips that we cut out for the show doing at least into the thousands of views for, let's see, since April 20th. So that would be about 25 to 26 days. And it looks like, unless you guys want to go click and watch the Chrissy clip from today, it looks like that streak may be coming to an end tonight. Now look, not crying about it. All streaks are meant to be broken. They all got to come to an end at some point, and we'll start a new one tomorrow. But still, it always sucks, especially when I thought we had a sure thing with that one. Triple N says, oh no, he's not quitting drinking. T. Jefferson says, Father Time undefeated in all weight classes and still Universal Champion. I think Keith Richards has won a few times. And maybe Ozzy Osbourne. Other than that, you are correct. Hulkamasha Baby says, you titled it Hippos, not Whales. Doesn't have the same pop to it. Shaff even said, I said hippos, not elephants. Well, maybe that's the problem. April's Giant Dump with 199 says, it's not my fault tonight. April's petting cats. Oh, she better fucking not be. That would be the end of it. YouTube is saturated with that Chrissy clip. Is that what I did wrong? Damn it. Nicholas Gurr says, say my name. There you go, Nicholas. He only throws the $3.99 super chats at the people he knows are going to speak the name that dare not be uttered, as it were. All right, guys, 240 away from knocking it out tonight. Let's throw something at the like button. Throw something at the Streamlabs, the PayPal, and the Venmo. Let's knock that goal out tonight and make it a great start to the week. You guys know about Tranq, right? I mean, I don't mean to be the cool kid in school. Just telling you about all the cool drugs. But Tranq is pretty nasty. Hussein, first name Hussein, last name Igerman says, say my name. There you go, buddy. How do you like that? Zen Rhino says, Nick, send me a $400 PayPal and I'll make a video where I say the hard R version of your name all day. Yeah, see, I mean, even Opie will do it. So this drug Tranq, it's like it's a flesh-eating animal tranquilizer called xylazine, but the street name for it is Tranq, and it's already hit Philadelphia. Like Kensington has got it hard. It's that drug. Even if you don't know what it is, you've seen it in action. You know when you watch the homeless people and the trash garbage people in Kensington, and they're standing up straight, but their back is arched like a question mark, and they're staring directly down at the ground, and they're wobbling like they're a skyscraper in the wind that's got to have a certain amount of give to it by code. That's what Tranq is. And apparently it rots your skin so bad they're calling it a zombie drug. Let's go to where I always go for my drug information, and that is the mainstream media. They never try to scare the shit out of people. Let's check this out.
Used to sedate animals is being mixed with fentanyl and sold on the street. It's considered so dangerous it rots people's skin. Tranq dope is a mix of fentanyl and xylazine, that is. Overdoses of the drug spiking across the country year over year. In some cases, over 1,000%. Frank Rodriguez.
Look at that. Like nobody had ever heard of this shit in 2020. And then all of a sudden, just through the roof in 1 year. And the latest we have is 2021. We haven't even got 2022 yet. I'm guessing that goes up. I hate to bring conspiracies into this, but how is this not China waging a soft war on the United States? How is the fentanyl thing not like the Chinese give the cartels the materials and the instructions on how to make cheap fentanyl. They make it, throw it into our drugs. People overdose. It either kills them or rots them. And it's just flooding across the border. And then the administration, who's taken money directly from the Chinese Communist Party to personally enrich the president's family, they let these people come across the border completely scot-free, let them flood across the country, bust out everywhere. I mean, it just seems a little too convenient, is all I'm saying. Like, are we going to do anything to fight back? This is basically a soft attack on America, and we're doing nothing about it.
Is a former addict and now a business owner in Philadelphia. He joins us now live. Frank, thanks again for being with us this morning.
Easy on the business owner. He's a pharmacist now, ironically. He can sell the shit legally.
Good morning, Ashley, and thank you for having me.
Of course. So tell us what you've seen people who have taken this drug. What's it doing to them?
It's crazy what it's doing. It's producing these open sores that are it's eating their flesh basically. It's finding the easiest way out, the path of least resistance, and that is coming straight out through the flesh and eating their skin. It's hard.
That guy looks like he's having a rough day. Oh, this guy grew up in Kensington, Philadelphia. Dude, if this guy's the manager of a convenience store, he's a Kensington success story.
Are they taking this in a pill form? Is it injected? Is it smoked? How are they doing this?
I need to say, this is what gets me about the white ladies doing the news. Does it fucking matter? And is that really something we need to advertise to the public? All right, so terrible drug, awful for you. Let's say the name 50,000 times so all the kids can hear. How is it done? Do you smoke it? Do you snort it? Do you inject it? Is it pill form like a fucking pussy? Or is it? Or do you shoot it like a fucking champ? What would that be, sir?
How are they getting a hold of it?
So, right now in the streets of Philly, you can buy bags of fentanyl mixed with xylazine for as little as $3-4.
And like, look at this guy. See, he's got a syringe in his ear. How can you not trust that guy to properly mix the very deadly painkiller fentanyl with your xylazine in a dosage that totally won't kill you? If you can't trust the guy who looks like Happy Gilmore's caddy with a syringe in his ear, who the hell are you going to trust?
It's given away free numerous times throughout the day. And most of the people are injecting it. that's what's causing the problem. It's actually a horse tranquilizer. It's used
good
for
40% of America is obese, so that may not be that far off. But just look at it. It's just people just kind of nodding out and looking down at the ground, and just a real shitty situation.
Treatment with animals, and it's absolutely horrible. I'm telling you, when you're in a group of 3 or 4 people, you can smell rotting flesh, and you know that at least one of them is suffering from these open sores, and it almost looks like, for lack of a better term, like the Walking Dead, the zombies that you see. That's
Great.
Like it's absolutely
wonderful. You know what? Then I know how to clean up Philadelphia. Let's get a bearded 6'5" man with a barbed wire wrapped baseball bat a couple of afternoons in Kensington, and maybe we'll be able to get this thing under control. But I love when the news talks about like all these, all of these like these new dangerous drugs that are out there, and oh my God, this new dangerous drug, it's a nightmare, it's terrible. Here's how you get it. Here's how you do it. Here's where you can find it. Here's what it does to you. Here's what people are willing to do to themselves in order to experience this high. Oh, but tisk, 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 you should absolutely not do it. Just a Dabbler says it right. Philly is a disaster. But Philly's an old school disaster. It's not a disaster like Chicago's a disaster. It's not a disaster like San Francisco is a disaster. Like, those were politicians doing things that would make sure that that place became and stayed a disaster. That was done to it over time. Philadelphia is a natural disaster. A bunch of garbage, shitty people made garbage, shitty decisions and turned their areas into garbage, shitty neighborhoods. I think Philadelphia deserves a little more respect than just to be compared to like Portland or Seattle or these places that made conscious decisions to try to be this way. Philadelphia was being good. They were on their best behavior, but they're also fucking retarded that they just ended up here naturally. The politicians did. In fact, I would argue the politicians in Philadelphia, unlike these other cities, might actually still be trying. That's the impressive part. The people of Philadelphia are such gutter trash that they just got to this point all on their own. At least that's how I'd like to think of it. New York, you had to let a guy assault people 40 times on the subway. Let him out without incarceration. Keep letting him out. Charge after charge. Crime after crime. Let him out. You got to keep the garbage in there to intermingle with everyone so we can wear down the society. Not Philadelphia. The politicians went, come on, gang. We can do this. We can clean up our streets. And the citizens all went, here, just shoot me with that. Oh. They all just started sounding like Softcast. Kidding, buddy. Kidding, buddy. He likes me. Scarface, thank you very much for the $10 over on PayPal. He says, hello, beautiful people. I'm drunk as fuck and picking fights with anyone who calls Yingling piss water. Come get some. I'll be here all night. I learned my lesson. I didn't know what Yingling is. I wasn't familiar with it as a product at all, but all the people out east started fucking screaming at me, and I just shut my mouth because I've never had the shit, and I'm not about to start reopening that wound as though I was on Tranq. Matt Field says, instructions, the Chinese ship this shit straight to Mexico on monster container ships. Well, I mean, yeah, that too. Frank, you've got drug addicts called Frank the Tranq in Philadelphia, says David DeNominici. Alaric says, holy shit, that dude was gone. He sounds like he's on some shit. J-Bet says, also, there are a lot of Chinese nationals in the mass horde invasion of illegals. Are there really? I haven't looked that deeply into it. I just know there's a shitload of them. We saw on the show this morning, they're kicking wedding parties out of hotels. They're kicking homeless veterans out of hotels to house these migrants that are coming in. And again, it's amazing because Texas has been dealing with this problem for decades and they've been making do. New York gets 2 bus fills and they're like, shit, we got to start kicking people out of their domiciles. We got to get people out of here. We got to figure out some shit. Like they panic like a chicken with their head cut off when two busfuls show up. Stevie J says if it's creating open sores, it's probably from abscesses from needle use. Ugh. That's just, I mean, if you're doing it, I mean, how fucked up do you have to be for you to go, you know what won't get me high anymore? Just, like regular heroin or meth. You know what I need? I need something that rots the point of entry and makes me feel like a zombie. That's really the only way I can get high anymore. Well, good luck, because it seems to be, Tranq seems to be growing in popularity every year. Sometimes by, 1,045%. So get used to it. It sounds like Tranq's here to stay, at least for a little bit. Luck of the Bind says getting on the hype Tranq. Yes, we're going to have ourselves a hype Tranq pretty soon. Oh, come on, guys. Everybody's doing it. John Tard's Dark Brandon shirt says Yingling is piss water. There you go, Scarface. Fight him. Spuds Buckley is God. I love that name. Says none of this shit happens in the U.S. without us letting it. Unfortunately, the older I get, the more I realize you're right. And that's the shitty part. And, you follow the money. Like, 9 of Biden's family members opened up 20 shell companies, and they got $10 million from Ukrainian, Romanian, and Chinese nationals. And now the Chinese are shipping shitloads of fentanyl to the border, and then it's getting, to the U.S., and it's killing our young people and causing overdoses and fucking up the medical system. And I mean, I'm supposed to believe that it's not all interconnected. Every time the president gets asked, hey, do you want to condemn the Chinese putting Muslims in concentration camps? And he's like, different strokes for different folks and all that. Oh, we're living the Manchurian Candidate right now. After those financial reports came out, we found out we're basically living the Manchurian Candidate. Luck of the Bind says a couple of daisy cutters should help solve the border problem. But, sir, we'll hit some of our men. Yes, but we'll hit some of theirs as well. Don Lemonzade says 2 buses show up and Eric Adams turns into Nick Fuentes. What? Wait a minute. He turns into a closeted homosexual? Oh, my God. That's a weird thing for a bus to do to you. I can understand a train, but not a bus. Matt Field says if you've ever gone through hardcore opioid withdrawals, you won't understand why these people are like this. It's a sad, sad state of affairs. That's why I always have this theory. It's kind of my own philosophy. It goes like this, and you can repeat after me. Don't start doing opioids. It's worked out for 36 years so far. I'm not saying it's for everybody, just saying it's worked for me. Matt Field says these people don't need help. That's why they're like this. People keep them afloat with help. Mr. Nagel says, now do Top Gun lines. All right, look, I want to explain something to you, and I don't want you to get mad at me, okay? I'm going to say this, and I want you to relax. I don't want you to get all fired up. I have never seen Top Gun start to finish. Now, just relax. I've seen like the first 15 minutes. It seems like a fine film. I'm sure it's great. I just, I never got into it. E-Rock says no backseat show references. I get it. Oh, you know what? I'm not getting shit on nearly as hard as I thought I was going to. Oh, this might be all right. Oh, wait, no, Aaron, what the fuck? Oh, Lord. Top Gun is 80s garbage. All right, more 80s garbage or less 80s garbage than Rocky IV? Because to me, and I love Rocky IV, top shelf 80s garbage. Like, if an alien were to come down and ask me, how can you explain to me the 80s? I'd show them Rocky IV. Without showing them any of the other Rocky movies, I'd be like, now I think you get it. Top Gun Maverick is good, they're telling me. Well, I have to see the first one before I see the second one. You can't just see the first, or you can't just see the second one. That's what I did with Iron Man. I watched Iron Man 2 first. I loved it. I thought it was great, but I hadn't seen the first one. Matt Field says, great advice. Some of the people were hooked on opioids by fucking doctors. Big Pharma has been our enemy for decades. Yeah, it's why when I get sick, I eat Valeria root. Is that a thing? Is Valeria root a thing? I don't know. Thank you very much to Brian for $15 over on Venmo. Appreciate that, buddy. Very nice of you. That's going to go in towards tonight's goal. Thank you very much. 2:15 away from knocking it out tonight. Thank you guys so much. If we knock that out, we do another half hour of overtime, and we do so appreciate that. So that means 2:15 away. Let's pin that to the top of the page. There's the links to Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo. Let's get that under 200 by the top of the hour, and then let's get over 100 likes by the top of the hour as well. So if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please do. April will be here shortly, and then the show will get better. Aaron has only seen 15 minutes, but the volleyball scene a couple hundred times. What can I say? Shirtless men whacking balls around. Who's not in? Am I right? Killer Beehive, I get this question a lot. He says, you loved Iron Man 2? Yes, I did. I really enjoyed it. Solid action flick. More suit time. I'm kind of gay like that. I'm not a hardcore comic book guy. I kind of am when it comes to the Batman stories because I think those are really good, but I just read the cliff notes. I don't read the actual things. But I've heard the synopsis of the story, and I like a lot of those. But as far as Marvel goes, I just watch the movies. I want to see the Iron Man suit. I think that's cool. I'm one of those guys. I'm the kind of guy that the comic book people are like, go fuck you. And you just want to see the Iron Man suit? Well, the movie's called Iron Man. It's not called Narcissist with a Beard. That's my show when April's here. But yeah, I liked the second one. I thought the first one was good. They've got great casts in both of them. You got Jeff Bridges in the first one. You got fucking Don Cheadle. You got Mickey Rourke, who I love. You got Hammer. I love that guy. He's awesome in everything he does. Fucking Billy the Kid from Green Mile, son of a bitch, Sam Rockwell. Love that guy. Gary Shandling. It's an awesome movie. Guys, it's a good movie. You'd love Iron Man 2. Don't say you don't. Now, Iron Man 3 with the little kid, total dog shit. Anything with little kids is horseshit. Oh my God. That Ghostbusters movie, I went to see it, but I knew it was going to be trash. The minute I saw those previews and there were little fucking kids coming out of the Ecto-1 in a gunner seat, I was like, nope, horseshit. I'm not doing this. When I heard Paul Rudd was going to be in the third Ghostbusters movie, I went, oh, great, they're going to reboot the Ghostbusters and Paul Rudd's going to be Venkman. And then Paul Rudd was fucking Louis Tully. I hated it. And then the old men come back and everyone's like, oh, this is so wonderful. It's great. It's depressing. Look at them. They're rotting like they've been doing Tranq. Wouldn't it be great if Kevin Brennan just screamed about shit like this? Like he actually did like concepts and stories on a show and he just yelled. Like people take what they get out of MLC and they're like, oh, fucking great podcast. No, it could be such a better podcast. Like imagine if you got that energy, that emotion, that anger, and they were actually talking about things. We're going to yell at Ray DeVito for an hour. Stop it. It's been done. Enough. Yell about other things that you're passionate about. Then that show's going to get 1,000,000 times better. Not my pig, not my farm. Mr. Nagel says, you're the kind of guy the little omelets want to be like. On my knees day and night scoring points for the afterlife. So don't be vain and don't be whiny or else my brother, I might have to get medieval on your hiney. We're all crazy Mennonites living in an Amish paradise. At any rate, let's see how much people are yelling at me about my comic book taste. Remember, when I'm ranting, I'm not seeing what you guys are saying. When I'm done talking, I come back to you. It's like, let's go to the phones. Mad Max Mardigan says, nobody tell Aaron that Iron Man is Marvel's Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor is a good guy. His envy got in the way. That's all. Carlos Camejo says, narcissist with a beard is how they describe Muhammad. Trying to get us fucking killed, boy? Killer Beehive says Iron Man 1 was the only good Iron Man movie. Tell you this. Iron Man 3 could have been good if they would have scrapped the little kid, and then if they would have actually made Sir Ben Kingsley the villain. The Mandarin, that was a badass guy. And then they're like, oh, let's make him a weird drug addict thing. Fuck you. What a slap in the face. Matthew Jenkins says Aaron Brennan over here. Iron Man 3 is gay. Like, they shouldn't even have made it. Why would you? Fuck Iron Man 3. You got a little kid in there. Oh, what do you got, a little kid? Little kid's a hack. Clip it. See, wouldn't you like to see, like, do a segment on MLC? And I know he'll hate this because he hates bits and shit. Do a segment of MLC. You know how Carlin used to do free-floating hostility? Just tee up Brennan and let him go. Or go ahead, yell at Ray DeVito for another 3 hours, I suppose. I'm not doing the fucking show. I got my morning show where the Rumble and the YouTube have us like at 750, 800 people. He's doing 900 to 1,000. He must be doing all right. T. Jefferson said Kid Ghostbusters is severely better than Girl Busters. All right, fine, but you're comparing shit to shit. Okay, great. You know what? It's better than runny cow diarrhea. It's still pig shit. Does that make it better? Maybe, but I don't think so. John Satera says, evening show shitting on movies. Sounds like a great show. Then leave! Sorry, I got a little excited. I apologize for that. Dr. Doom is Marvel's Lex Luthor. Okay, see, now I'll agree. Now I'm losing it because now I don't know any of these people. Norman Osborn is Marvel's Lex Luthor. Is this why Brian Johnson thinks I'm shitty? Because I don't know as much about comics as I should? That might be it. Laughing Lion says Elliot Page in Chest Busters. Now there's a film. There's a movie for you. I mean, sure, you're going to offend a few people, but they'll go to the movie theater at least. You know, it's like Chrissy yelling at those elephants. They paid. The money's in your back pocket. Go for it. Erock says, Brian knows shit about comic books. Uh-oh, the rift has begun. No. It was funny. I was watching WATP this weekend because I love Carl. I love that show. And I like that guy Doug, too. And Brian Johnson was on there. And I had no idea that Brian Johnson didn't like me, didn't like Steel Toe. And Gino was on there, and he goes, and I get up in the morning, and I listen to Steel Toe. When I get up in the morning, I know you don't like him. And I hear Gino say this, and I'm like, wait, who's the one who doesn't like him? Who did he mean by you? Because I had no idea. But apparently Brian Johnson has said a couple of times that he's no Steel Toe fan. And someone was like, well, how does that make you feel? And I'm like, I don't know. He's a guy. He's got an opinion. He doesn't think I'm very good. It's not like he said, when I see him, I'm going to rip his fucking dick off and I'm going to shove it up his asshole. He's fucking terrible. I hate him. I'm going to fight him and beat his ass. He just said, no, I've seen the guy's show. I don't like it. I think he sucks. I mean, that is one of the fair reactions you're allowed to have to this program. But you don't see Brian Johnson going, and I watch it every fucking day and I can't stop. It's like, no, I think the guy's a shitty hack and I think he's awful. And I don't like his show. K-Fall in the Great says Brian Johnson is a screaming liberal. That's why he doesn't like you. Oh, no. Am I not hiding the fact that I'm not liberal very well? I'm pretty liberal. I think whores are fine. I think coke is fine. What else? Gambling is great. That's pretty liberal. I mean, I don't think kids should be given puberty blockers because they've got narcissistic Munchausen suffering parents. But, okay. Citizen M says Brian Johnson candidly called April a cunt. What are you talking about? Did he really? He called April a cunt? Oh, that's not very nice. You shouldn't do that. Don't call April a cunt. Brian, don't make me pick on you on the playground and pull on your beard hairs. I don't want to take it to street level with you. That's not nice. Plus, I think he's busy hating Shuley. I saw he hates Shuley. He hates Bob Levy. And I don't like to use the word hate because none of these people have actually met. Has a distaste for. Doesn't like. How's that? The lead singer of AC/DC hates you, says Bob. Oh, yeah, I should confirm. This is the comic book man and co-host of Would You Kindly with Eric Nagel. Not the lead singer of AC/DC. Ironically, this Brian Johnson looks more like a ZZ Top guy than he does an AC/DC guy. All right, let's get to this one. I wanted to wait until April was here to get to this one, but she's probably not going to make it in time. We are 2:15 away from today's goal. Hung Solo says, take it to street level. That'll last 52 seconds. Hey, wait a minute. 2:15 away from today's goal. Let's knock it under 200 by the top of the hour. We got about 15 minutes. Also, hit the like button. Get us up over 100 by then. It's great for the algorithm. Great for the reach of the show. This morning's numbers were fucking awesome because you guys were on top of that shit. So thank you very much. It ain't because I'm doing a good show. So you know how Bud Light did the thing with the Dylan Mulvaney and then everyone got mad and, you know, they lost their mind and Bud Light sales went way, way down. People stopped drinking it. But Anheuser-Busch did great because then everybody just bought other Anheuser-Busch beers because nobody bothers to read the label and there's only like 3 big beer companies. Well, one of those leftover big beer companies is Miller Coors. They make, I don't know if you know this by the name, Miller and Coors. And Miller Coors, all they had to do with this Dylan Mulvaney, Bud Light, jumping into social issues and politics stuff, all they had to do was shut the fuck up and not say anything. But in today's marketing world, that is an impossibility. Everyone's got to put their stamp on shit. You know, back in the day in marketing, if a company fucked up, everyone would take it as a cautionary tale and go, all right, guys, great idea. We're all going to stay far away from whatever the fuck they just did. All right? Good. Now, because we've put like new age neoliberal feminists in positions of power in marketing, it's now changed to, well, I think the rest of the world should definitely know how our brand feels about this issue. And you're like, no, that is completely part of the problem. It's like when Bud Light fucked up with the Dylan Mulvaney thing and then immediately decided, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put out a commercial, nothing but tits and dudes and mud and trucks and country music and fuck yeah. Aren't boobies awesome when they're on biological chicks? And then people went, well, what do? You know, look at me. Do you think we're the 2 dumbest guys on the face of the earth? Is that why you choose to treat us with such disrespect? It fucking bombed. It was terrible. Bud Light sales went down 1/4 in a month. Well, Miller Lite decided that we're just going to shut the fuck up and we're going to let Bud Light just take the hit on this one and bury themselves. I'm just kidding. They hired a really sassy broad to tell us men that we don't know shit about beer and we're a bunch of bug-eyed sexists. Ready? Who wants a lecture with their shitty light beer? And by the way, I don't know if I'm going to get beat up over this take. Miller Lite is the shittiest domestic light beer there is. You can say whatever you want about Bud Light. Personally, I'll take Coors over either one of them. Miller Lite is straight up rat piss, and you can quote me. Clip it! So here we go, guys. Sassy gal is about to tell you all that you don't know shit about beer, and it's actually girls who make it best. Fucking girl power, man. What's wrong with just being good? Like, hey, women are fine. All right, commercial over. Women are better than guys at everything. Oh, yeah? Let's Indian wrestle.
Here's a little known fact. Women were among the very first to brew beer ever. From Mesopotamia to the Middle Ages to colonial America, women were the ones doing the brewing.
All right, fair enough, but we gave them the recipe. We just didn't want to do it themselves, and they kept whining that they wanted to be involved somehow, so we let them run the still. We put the ingredients in.
Centuries later, how did the industry pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in bikinis.
Oh no, the horror. Yeah, because all those giant blonde tits were going to come out and brew your beer if they weren't sitting on a beach hawking it to you. How did we reward those women? With multi-million-dollar modeling and advertising contracts that their double-digit IQs would have never earned them out in the rest of the free market. What a bunch of pieces of shit us guys are. Hey guys, you want to have a beer? You stupid sexist piece of shit. No, this commercial makes me want to do Tranq instead.
Wow. Look at this shit. Wild. It's time beer made it up to women.
Man, would you shut up? I'm trying to jack off.
So today, Miller Lite is on a mission to clean up not just their shit, but the whole beer industry's shit.
Wow.
Miller Lite has been scouring the internet for all this shit and buying it back so that they can turn it into good shit for women brewers. Literally, good shit. How, you ask? Ladies, take it away.
First, we turn the bad shit into compost. Then we feed compost to worms. Push out beautiful fertilizer. That good shit helps farmers grow quality hops.
No, guys, I want to answer your question. I thought this was a bit too. It's not. Miller Lite, well, they're probably kidding that they're not actually doing this. They did think this was the marketing angle to run. Hey, us girls can brew beer. Yeah, because when I think of the brewing beer population, I'm sure that the one woman you find in 96, it really is a great representation of who's doing this. No, they all look like Brian Johnson. That's who brews beer. Not her. She's not brewing beer. She is a paid actress. She couldn't tell you what that leaf was. Yeah, we're going to make it into compost, and then we're going to take that compost and we're going to make hops, and then we're going to bring that hops over to lady brewers, and I promise men won't get anywhere near this beer. Oh, so women brew all your Miller Lite. Makes sense now why it's shit.
Which is then donated to women brewers to make their own really good shit.
But there's definitely more shit out there. In your attic, in the garage, in your parents' basement. Send any shit you got.
Oh, get it? You all live in your parents' basement. Jacking off to 1983 Miller Genuine Draft posters. Get it, men? The people who buy our beer? Get it, guys? You're all a bunch of basement-dwelling perverts. Fuck you. We learned from Bud Light. We had a woman without a dick say ours. We learned the lesson, right? No, you didn't.
Got into Miller Lite, and they'll turn that into good shit too. Oh, so here's to women, because without us, there would be no beer.
Oh, fuck that. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Women, how much smoke is enough smoke being blown directly up your asshole? Please let me know. Please let me know. To women who without them, there would be no beer. I know without you, a lot of people at Miller wouldn't have a reason to drink, but that's way different than saying there'd be no beer. And turned it into tons of good shit. Yeah. There you go. Women driving power machinery, because that happens all the time. God. Oh, so people didn't like that Bud Light was lecturing them on politics and society and everything else while selling beer. So Miller, when given this great advantage and this lead in advertising beer, decided, I have an idea. Why don't we lecture our audience on toxic masculinity and shit like that? Yay, let's take a positive memory from their childhood or early adulthood and tell them that they're a bunch of gawky-eyed perverts for having it. Fuck. John Tard's Dark Brandon shirt with $4.99 says, you're really complicating my beer selection, Aaron. Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. Look, man, I just report the shit. I don't tell you you have to love it or hate it. Oh, my God. T. Gulag says, I hate how racially ambiguous that she is. It bugs me. That's the part that bugs you. It's the curly hair that's throwing you, isn't it? J-Bet says, not a lot of women drink beer, though. Right. Did Miller not do the very basic level of research you have to do before you make an ad? And that is look at the pie chart of the consumer of your product and see what the percentages are. And when you see that it's 86% men, maybe don't take 86% of the people that buy your product and then go, fuck you, you creep. That would be like if you were a boot company and you said, people with feet are gay F words. I don't know if your boots are going to do well. But again, that's just me. I'm just glad that Miller Lite is dog shit to begin with. Zen Rhino says, Lana Glazer, is that her name? The person who was in the commercial, or is that the marketing director for Miller? Oh boy. You know what? Here. Discuss amongst yourselves. All right, guys, we got about 3 minutes until the top of the hour, and we are 2:10 away from knocking out tonight's goal. Let's all turn in together. Let's get generous. In fact, borderline irresponsible on Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo, and let us knock out the rest of tonight's goal, or at the very least, in the next 3 minutes, let's get it under 200 so we can set ourselves up to hit that goal and do a half hour of overtime. Scarface says, Lana Glazer is a terrible comedian who got to where she is because of her vagina. Lana Glazer? I know of... No, that's not the Glazer I'm thinking of. Who's the other one? Glazer. Nikki Glazer. I'm thinking of Nikki Glazer. Are you sure you're not thinking of Eliza Schlesinger? Because I only know one Glazer and not a lot of Lanas. E-Rock says, are you solo the whole night? No, as soon as April walks through the door, she's going to sprint down here. She's going to join the show, and we're going to get this thing cooking. That's for sure. She's not going to wait an extra second. She's just going to jump right in and join the program. Oh, there she is. She's here. All right, take a seat. April's here, everybody. April, how you doing this evening?
Great.
Good to see you. Great to have you. We're definitely struggling tonight without you. We're 2:10 away. We got to knock that out. We got to get those likes up there. We got to get the views up. And I ain't doing it by myself. You ready to talk about fake pregnant bitches and cocaine?
Are we still doing that?
What do you mean?
Oh boy, I haven't heard that in a while. That's an old one, I thought.
What, smuggling coke in a fake pregnant belly?
Yeah.
No, they're doing it in real ones now. Yeah.
I don't think you can do that.
No, they're just hollowing out pregnant women and shoving a shitload of coke in there. They don't want those babies anyway.
It's probably a better use for it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to be talked into that kind of shit, I mean,
why not try it?
why not? Eddie S says Molson Coors acquired the full global brand portfolio of Miller Brewing Company in 2016. Yeah, they're called Miller Coors now.
Would you like a case of Miller?
I've honestly always hated Miller Lite, so I do not mind that that they went and made that.
I'm just thrilled they're picking all the shitty beers to do this shit too, like Bud Light and Miller, both are gross.
I mean, if Big Wave starts calling me a sexist piece of shit, I mean, number one, I'm going to go, hey, how'd you know? And number two, I'm going to get really mad. For a little bit. David Denominici says, I'll give you a like now, Aaron, since April is alive and well. Great. All right. A like, a couple of $2-3, and we'll knock this thing out in no time. Thank you, boys and girls.
Thank you.
Anderson County, South Carolina, the sheriff's office said 2 people are facing drug charges following a traffic stop. According to the sheriff's office, deputies initiated the traffic stop along I-85 while conducting proactive patrol. Deputies pulled over Anthony Miller and Samika Mitchum. Deputies said the first red flag began when the two gave conflicting information about her due date. Yeah, one thing's for sure. When you pull over people who are smuggling drugs, one thing they're really good at is staying cool under fire and getting their stories straight.
To me, there had to be something before that, too, because why even bring up the pregnancy? if something wasn't awry.
Well, they saw her pregnant belly and started talking to them about the pregnancy. And I'll say...
Right, but that's not normal.
I'll say this. The guy not knowing the due date as well as the woman, that shouldn't throw police off.
I would assume that's pretty normal.
That should be a pretty normal thing. When is she due? I don't know. Take a look at her, officer. She's due any day now. Actually, I'm due in September.
Sometime this year.
Yeah. Now, officials say as Mitchum realized deputies were becoming more suspicious of the conflicting story, she took off running and drugs fell out of the fake rubber stomach.
Oh, no, she cracked.
Like a Halloween candy dish with a hole in it.
She literally cracked under pressure.
Deputies collected more than 1,500 grams of cocaine. Miller and Mitchum are facing trafficking of cocaine charges. Now, wait a minute. How much? Get ready to be on a watch list.
Okay.
How much is a gram of cocaine?
I hate searching this shit.
Cocaine retail prices. Oh, that's just nice that they...
Oh, that's the tiniest print.
Keep that looked up. Oh, they only track it through 2010? Thanks, UN. Thanks for nothing.
I would assume, much like anything, like drug prices have gone up, right?
Yeah, inflation.
Inflation
Really fucks with those coke numbers. Average cocaine retail street prices in selected countries in U.S. dollars per gram. All right, U.S., United States. Oh, we got cheap coke. Hold on a minute. We're not even in the top.
We're not there. Yeah.
Look at that. Saudi Arabia, really expensive. That's because they're all rich. But man, you go to Poland, you can get your shit nice and cheap.
Or would it be because they don't have much?
Why don't we? No, Uruguay, I'm sure, has Coke. Portugal.
You're right.
All of those countries have Coke.
I don't know.
Well, come on. Where's my...
Maybe you have to do United
How much
States.
does cocaine cost on the street? Come on.
United States.
Anywhere from $25 to $200. So let's call it 100.
You
let's
can
just
get
go
a
right
gram of Coke for $25.
I don't think it's any kind of Coke you'd
Woo!
like.
It's probably
so
half
how many
Fent, half baking soda.
How many grams did they say? 1,500 grams.
Yep.
So is that $150,000 or
I mean it's plenty.
I suck at this.
Now, did they get points for like creativity for like trying to hide it in a fake stomach?
150 grams of cocaine.
Yeah. Wait, no, it's 1,500.
150 grams, $150,000 worth of coke. They had 150 grand worth of blow.
If she could have just stuck out, wouldn't you think you'd have your story straight before you start driving with it? Dude, I want my story straight if I'm going to be late to something.
Again, I think what we're doing is we're giving way too much credit to the people who brought to life the why don't we give you a fake pregnant belly and fill it with blow idea. I think we're giving those people a little too much credit.
It's not. If you could have just been smarter, it's not the stupidest idea I've seen.
Chef Lou F. Word becoming a steel toe bro. Thank you for your membership, buddy.
Thank you.
Oliver with $5 over on Venmo and Samuel with $2 via Super Chat. Guys, that brings us right down to $200. Right down to $200 as we hit the top of the hour. So there you go. Let's keep knocking it off. Let's keep knocking that off. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. Let's get there tonight. Did we get over 100 likes by the top of the hour? That's always a good indicator of whether or not the show's going okay tonight, even though I was solo, sweating it out on my own for the first hour.
Were you struggling?
I hate being by myself for more than a half hour, 45 minutes. But,
buddy.
You know. Stevie J says we hit 112 by the top of the hour. All right, good. Get to 200 by the end of the show. Keep hitting the thumbs up. Keep throwing into PayPal, Streamlabs, and Super Chats. And we'll get that 200 knocked out, and that would mean a successful Monday and a successful start to the week, which is always nice. Okay.
Yes, thank you, guys.
David DiDominici says, struggling big time, April. Yeah.
Seemed like you were having fun.
I know. I don't like doing a show by myself. There's a reason when I was doing radio by myself, I told the office, I said, I want someone to like bounce shit off of.
It is more fun. Would you guys rather sit in a room and talk to yourself or to somebody else?
Well, you don't know how you're doing when you're by yourself.
There's nothing to gauge it
exactly.
off of. It's all right.
So I like having a second person here, and I get flustered and annoyed when it takes you longer than usual.
I did what I could. The east side has one of those stoplights where it's the blinking red where they allow one at a time now, and one lane.
They're hacking up the streets where we live.
It is not good.
Just not where we live, but they're hacking them up on the other side of town.
God bless.
They are just hacking the shit out of the streets. All right, this next one is a very harrowing story. The cops heard a person screaming for help, and they went to investigate, and what they found was really, really shocking. Let's play this one for you guys. Enid, Oklahoma. You can hear the person shout.
Does it go?
It's a goat, you guys.
It is.
So somebody called in a man who needed help because this goat got separated from the other goats.
No.
And so they called the police, and they were like, there's a guy like being hacked up into pieces over there.
Guys, they don't even sound the same.
They sound really similar.
No, there's like, I grew up on a farm, I guess maybe, but there's like a weird, like an aftertone to it.
You've never heard
They're
those
very
goats
different.
that yell like people.
Yeah,
They sound exactly like them.
Not enough to call.
I'm standing outside in her backyard. I'm like, I hear it. I don't know if it's an animal or a person. But sure enough, we were walking over here. And I'm like, that's a person.
Yeah, from a long distance, sounds like
Okay,
hell.
yeah, but from a long ways away, like they were
Maybe.
saying, that sounds like a guy screaming for help.
Maybe. You get a little closer and you hear that raspy, weird ending to it. That's not human.
Yeah, but like here, I mean...
Yeah.
I like their tongues.
Yeah, see, that's a fucking human being.
But haven't you seen that video 300 times?
Yeah, but still, you hear that from a long ways away. You're like, oh my God, that person is being R-worded to
Oh, that
death.
shit is so funny. I hope those three like cracked a beer together after. Not even close.
What?
Assholes.
What can I do for you?
See?
I want a whole herd of them.
That it sounds like he's screaming for help.
I desperately want to like bring a herd of them through the streets somewhere. Just screaming. Look how dumb they look. They are just stupid. Ew. He needs a spittle rag.
Zapatero, ¿qué opina usted del gobierno de Zapatero? Pues igual que yo.
That's
¿Y
just
qué opina
Satan.
usted? ¿Qué opina usted? ¿Qué opina usted del gobierno canario?
That goat is why Satanists have a goat for a fucking image.
That actually is Stone
That's
Cold.
it.
That's actually Stone Goat Steve Austin.
Oh, he
What? What?
Did he spit though?
What?
These are great.
What did you do to me? You piece of trash!
Que yo. ¿Y qué opina usted? ¿Qué opina usted? ¿Qué opina usted del gobierno canario? ¿Y de los ayuntamientos de la isla?
It's so ugly.
They look like complete and utter retards when they
They
do
are
that.
retarded. Can I have one?
I like goats.
Can I get one? We need one that sounds just like that for the neighborhood.
BJ says, is this footage from the Minnesota primary from yesterday? Actually, it is.
That would... Think about how... That's more fun than a rooster. Think about that thing just yelling through the neighborhood.
I would actually name my goat Kevin Brennan.
I would too, and give him
Yeah.
a spittle rag.
What?
Can somebody superimpose his face on a goat, please?
Yeah, can we get Kevin on a goat and just have the goat? What? Hack! Marbles with $4.99 says, April is my kind of people. Her car will remain cat pee free and she will receive many leg boops. Watch it, Aaron.
Thank you, Marbles.
Fucking hate cats.
I love a cat boop.
You can
Have you ever been booped by a cat?
You can piss on my couch. You can piss on my car. I'll never give up my rallying cry, which is death to the cats.
Yeah, but cat boops are so like organic. It's almost better than booping your own dog. You know.
Farmer doesn't sell tickets. That's my goat. That's my goat.
That's Kevin.
Yeah, that's my goat, Kevin. We got another goat. We had like 12 Kevins. Gino's gay!
Gay. Yeah. Just yell gay all the time.
Goats really take care of any scrub brush, too. The screaming is icing on the cake.
Oh, they're
great. They can tear through a lawn in a minute.
Dude, if you get a fucking pair of like fainting goats, too, that's just entertainment for hours.
Oh, yeah, they stiffen up and just fall apart.
You guys, there's like some weird chemical in their muscles that when they get afraid, they like freeze, like they can't move. So they just fall.
They just lock up and fall down.
It's a real thing.
All right, boys and girls, 195 away from tonight's goal. Let's take care of the ugly part. It's MSO has already said we're not going to hit it tonight. Let's prove him wrong.
But I'm here now.
Yeah, let's keep it going. A few bucks here and there over on Streamlabs and PayPal, where we take over 95%. What is it? Not Reddit. Rumble. And YouTube count as well. So let's knock that out. And if we hit that 195, we do a half hour of overtime. Now, remember when Kanye hooked up with a chick who looked like his ex-wife?
Remarkably close.
Well, now I guess he's hooked up and married to a chick that looks exactly like Pete Davidson. I didn't know this until I saw them this weekend. Apparently, there were photos of them all over the place. Her name is Bianca Sensory, and they were spotted out this weekend, and she apparently was wearing no bra.
Okay.
And she's got tits going every which way.
Oh, they're wonky.
But from the neck up, I mean,
Pete Davidson.
It's like he's anger fucking Pete Davidson. That's what this relationship is all about.
Oh.
Yeah, there she is.
What happened?
But you see what I mean? Like her tits are all over.
Yeah, I see it.
Like let's lift those up. Let's give them the
they're
support.
low.
Yeah, let's give those the support they need.
I will say this, I bet her tits are natural. They're so low.
Yeah, I mean, she's got real tits. Congratulations, but
help me with this. Didn't he just get married to that chick who looked like Kim? After Kim? He said he married her.
Well, this might be the same chick, but now she looks like Pete Davidson. He wanted her to cut her hair.
Are they like the most epic trolls ever? Because you're not wrong. That's exactly a Pete Davidson lookalike.
That's Pete Davidson with titties, if I've ever seen
if
Pete
she
Davidson
starts getting
with titties.
weird random tattoos everywhere and gets my dude's a lawyer.
Look at that.
On his chest.
That's fucking Pete Davidson.
That is actually kind of scary.
That's Skeet right there.
That is actually the same woman. You're right. I can see it in the face.
That's Titty Skeet.
But titty Skeet, yeah.
It's old Titty Skeet. Kanye's starting to get a little chubby too.
What?
Kanye's getting that retired.
No.
Kanye's getting that retired boxer look.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes is trying to look like him too.
Kanye's starting to like morph into Rick Ross a little bit.
Don't insult Rick Ross that way.
It's getting a little creepy. The architectural designer tucked her phone into the waistline of her pants as she. Oh, I don't care about any of that. Just tell me if she's blood related to Pete Davidson.
Yeah, that is the same chick.
So at least one of them can know which race they are.
Maybe her dad died in 9/11.
Oh my God, we could put the 2 and 2 together. Cash Dadger says, I'm new. The screaming seems autistic. What, for the goats? The goats are autistic?
Is that their problem?
You go ahead and diagnose that, my friend. Rupert, becoming a member for his 12th month, says, you two are the only goats I need. Hey, finger guns. No way, says a woman with no tits is always the first to criticize a woman with tits. I'll have you know, my friend, that we both have tits. Wait a minute.
Yeah, what the hell? How would you know?
Son of a bitch.
I think mine are fine.
And by the way, no way. I hear that guys who are very jealous of women they see on a podcast are the first ones to comment about their tits.
Absolutely.
No offense,
Every
buddy.
single time.
I don't mean to out you that way, no way, but you have a definite pattern of behavior.
It's kind of my job to sit here and criticize people.
I don't know if any of you guys know who Ray Glizzy is.
No.
I've never heard of the guy Shy Glizzy, not Ray Glizzy.
Well, now
Shy.
I know him for sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys don't know who Ray Glizzy is because he doesn't exist, but you guys all know who Shy Glizzy is. I actually had to learn who Shy Glizzy was because apparently he pulled a gun on his girlfriend, and now I have to go buy all of his music.
Oh. I see. See, now every time I hear you talk like that, I get a glimpse into my future.
This is a rapper who knows how to, make sure that his home stays in line, as it were. Less trust, more truth with $5 writes, take my money, you filthy animal. All right, well, there you go, buddy.
Thanks.
190 away from hitting it tonight. Come on, guys, you got this. Let's get it down under 150 by the time we rattle the cans in about 40 minutes. There you go. Best way to do it. Streamlabs, PayPal, or Venmo. Click those links. Or Super Chats and memberships and Rumble Rants after that. Hit the thumbs up. We want to get to 200 likes by the end of the hour. It's good for the algorithm and helps us gain more audience. Subscribe to the channel as well. We're trying to get to 10,000. So Shy Glizzy got arrested over the weekend after cops say he pulled a gun on his girlfriend and threatened to harm her. Well, the pulling out the gun doesn't work unless there's, a little bit of a muscle behind it. You got to get a threat.
But what did she do?
Right?
That's always the question.
I mean, if you just pull the gun out and you don't, threaten anybody with it, then you're just Ja Morant. Our law enforcement sources tell us the rapper was arrested Saturday following a verbal altercation with his on-again, off-again girlfriend, which police say escalated to the point where Shy grabbed a firearm and made a threat. Now, see, if you're in a boy band, this is terrible for business. As a rapper, your career doesn't start until you get busted for something.
Right? Street cred.
Yeah, this is going to help you because now people are going to find out who you are. We're told the alleged incident played out on a public street around 9 a.m. Saturday. Well, great example. Do most people know Tekashi 6ix9ine from his music or him acting like a crazy asshole?
The second one.
Yeah, they know Tekashi 6ix9ine from acting like a crazy asshole.
Yes.
Shine. Do they know Shine is the guy who took the fall for Puffy and, his the whole gun charge thing? And I think he shot somebody. I could be wrong. And the rapper who sounds like Biggie a little bit? Or do they know Shine from all of his great music? They know Shine is the guy who took the fall for P. Diddy and kind of sounded like Notorious B.I.G. That's who. So maybe with this Shy Glizzy guy, this is how he's going to get known. We're told the incident played out on a public street around 9 a.m. Saturday. Boy, she must have been mouthing off early in the morning then. If he's pulling his gun by 9.
Maybe he didn't have his coffee. She didn't have it made for him.
And Shy took off after the argument. Sources say West Hollywood sheriff's deputies got involved and a criminal report was made. Shy was eventually tracked down by 6 p.m. and arrested. Glizzy's girlfriend has filed documents asking for a restraining order against the rapper.
But I bet she goes and visits him. You know what I mean?
A lot of those orders of protection, they get violated, quote unquote, because the couple had a fight and they were already back living together.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So then they get in a fight and the woman calls the cops and goes, "Hey, I have a restraining order." Gavin McInnes once made this joke. He's, "Hey, I have a restraining order against him. You need to arrest him." And they arrest him and take him away. And meanwhile, his socks are in the top drawer.
Always, every single time. But it's convenient to have, isn't it?
You can't have a restraining order and also be in the relationship. Like, it has to be one or the other. Either you have to have the relationship and no restraining order, or you have to have the restraining order and there's no relationship. There's no working it out after that.
Like as if I was sitting here with one waiting in the wings for you to just blow up one day.
You got to break up.
Pull it out of my back pocket. Yeah, guys, can you come get him out of here? Thanks.
Hey, guys, look, it's Chad Zumach with $2. Says, "Fun show. Like the way it looks." Thanks, Chad. People are theorizing that guy Nice is actually Chad Zumach donating himself money, which seems retarded because then you would pay 30%.
What?
Giving yourself money. I wouldn't put it past him.
You mean
He's
donating us?
No, himself. He donates to himself under the name Nice. It's
it's his
sock account.
His 1 minute man or whatever the hell.
Yeah, it's his 1 minute man.
1 minute man.
Like DSP, it's his 1 minute man. Yeah. So thank you, Chad. Nice. Appreciate it, buddy. MSNBC, we talked about this morning. And it only took us about 12 hours to actually get an example of it. MSNBC did an entire segment letting you know that there are Latinos, and then there are Latinos who are white supremacists.
Oh.
And you have to look out for those Latinos. Now, I don't know if any of you know what a Latino white supremacist is, but typically there's someone who disagrees with the kind of things MSNBC would say. That's how you can spot a Latino white supremacist. If they don't believe that climate change is 100% man-made, if they maybe think that like affirmative action should be overturned, things like that. If they feel like the police are really the only ones who can solve the crime problem in a lot of cities.
Oh, yeah.
Those are kind of good signs that a Latino might actually be disguising themselves as a white supremacist. Let's watch this 1 hour of horseshit from MSNBC, and you try not to laugh.
There's a misconception that all white nationalists have to be white. But
I mean, that's kind of what the first part of the phrase is.
Isn't that the point?
I mean,
isn't that the evil white man?
People have an idea that the Black Panthers all have to be black. Well, it looked pretty stupid if they were white, wouldn't it?
Can you imagine if somebody said that?
Yeah. It's, well, you know, people have this misconception that white nationalists are always white. Well, when you people, and by you people, I mean the media, not Asian ladies. When you people say things like white nationalist, we tend to believe that means white people. But go ahead, wow me with your spin, Katie Fang.
Let's look at Hispanic white nationalists like Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio and
Enrique Tarrio's an FBI informant.
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He was put there.
Dude, the fucking leader of the Proud Boys is a Fed. We're going to go with him as a Latino white national. Okay, go ahead. Continue on.
The fun has started.
Yeah.
Online political activist Nick Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes he's gay.
He's extra gay. Have you seen him fight?
Yeah, he throws punches like a sissy.
He pulls your hair damn near.
Yeah.
What have you seen in regards to non-white people becoming advocates for white supremacist ideas?
Well, number one, they disagree with me. That's a good sign that they're a white supremacist. And number two, they won't let me brainwash them and tell them who to vote for all the time. That's how you know that you're talking to a dangerous, potentially violent white supremacist.
They find like one white man who has a "we don't call the cops, we shoot first" sign in their front yard and thinks that's everybody.
I tell you what, you keep pumping in migrants into Chicago, you're going to see a lot of black white nationalists pretty soon. The way they're acting right now, the way that they're talking in Chicago, holy shit. If that was Tucker Carlson talking the way the black people in Chicago were talking at their council meetings now about these migrants, Tucker would have been fired a long time ago.
Little upset.
They sending in all these Mexicans to replace us black folk down here. And you're just watching going, oh my God, if I said that, I would be in so much shit.
But it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm like, you go ahead, brother.
Say it for us.
Go ahead and
vicariously.
Go ahead and speak for the rest of the class. Yeah, they coming down here and they trying to replace us with all these Latinos and take all of our jobs. And you're like, holy shit. Fucking black people in Chicago are based.
I get it, though. Can you imagine if you're like a poor black person in Chicago that doesn't get enough handouts to like make it, and then suddenly all these illegal immigrants come in and just get everything?
Yeah.
They'll clear out wedding receptions just so that like these people can stay in the hotel. I mean...
Thanks so much for having me, Katie, on. It's having me on, Katie. It's great to be back.
Having me, Katie, on. Boy, this guy's a talker on TV, isn't he? Thanks for having me, Katie, on. Yes, I'm here to talk intelligently about the topic of Latinos who are also white supremacists. And I know that sounds like a contradiction, but we're losing the argument on facts, so I've got to come up with something. On Katie. I mean, Katie on. I mean... K-Dog.
Don't we all want to be on Katie?
Oh, of course.
Katie on. It's
ideas.
Oh.
I gotta...
thanks so much for having me, Katie, on. It's having me on, Katie. It's great to be...
I'm sorry. I get really nervous when I know I'm about to spew bullshit out of my face. Hold on.
Right.
Be back. The Latino identity the Hispanic identity, the Latinx identity.
Who better to talk about the Latinx identity than, hold on a second, Christopher Goldsmith.
I knew it. The beard told me.
I tell you what, who better than to talk to the rest of us about the Latino experience here in America than old Goldsmith here?
Task Force Butler.
The Task Force Butler CEO. This guy.
Wait.
He knows all about quinceañeras. This guy, he's dialed into the Latino community.
I bet he is. You don't think?
It is incredibly complex. It is not exclusively a race. It is not exclusively an ethnic.
Right. They tried to make, this is where this all comes from. They tried to make that Texas mall shooter like a white supremacist and stuff. So then they're like, yeah, but he's Latino. And they're like, yeah, Latinos are white supremacists too. Ask this Jewish guy that we just had make up a poll about Mexicans.
Isn't that fun when somebody's dead or something? You can make them into whatever you need them to be.
Yeah. Whatever happened to just being like a neo-Nazi or a skinhead or something? Now you got to be a white nationalist even if you're Hispanic. Yeah.
Well, that's what you were talking about, like with illegal aliens, how that term has changed over the years. This is too.
Ethnicity. It creates a lot of room for extremist views like white supremacy. One of the
yeah, you know what white supremacists are really tolerant of? People of other races joining their shit.
I think they typically like to be pure.
What?
But that's just what I've heard.
Get out of here.
You know.
Well, them and Mr. Goldsmith's family kind of tend to have that in common historically.
Butler Goldsmith.
Sorry. The phenomena that we've seen over especially recent years is misinformation, disinformation, and radical narratives being pushed into Spanish-speaking communities.
Yeah, you know, like them being pretty much all conservative Catholics and not liking the social horseshit that you're pushing on everyone. Yeah, they're the problem. They're the ones who are making all the issues for everybody. God. I wonder if people buy this shit.
Yes, some people do, or I don't think it'd be happening. That's the worst part.
You know what I saw on MSNBC? I saw that Latino people can be white supremacists as well. A white supremacist overhears them and goes, "Excuse me, what the fuck did you just say? I don't think so."
I would see college-age women spreading that type of thing. Like, if they were to hear that, they'd go, like, hear somebody having, like, an immigration conversation, and then they'd bring that up.
Right.
You know.
Back to the lab with $5 says, "Hey, look at me. I'm a hermetic Mongolian red-pilled aquatic mythologist, much like April. Did I do that right?" Chad. Did you hear the Chad impression that we played earlier today?
I was actually in the shower and I was chuckling. I thought he did a great job.
Was it a good impression?
Yes. I had to look at the rest of myself. I'm like, is that actually me over there? Like, am I not here? It was incredible.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting because not everyone thought it was a great impression, but you thought it was really good.
I did.
Okay.
Oh, I support it.
Because he didn't have a lot of confidence in it either at the end. He was like, "Is that good?"
That was my favorite part. I couldn't believe he said that, actually. I think that was good.
I think that was good. No, don't trust your gut.
Like, buddy, that was great.
I thought he was going to do his please clap line. Please clap. NHJ with $2 says Hannity doesn't have his CIA pin tonight. Uh-oh.
Aww.
Is there trouble in paradise or the happy couple not so happy anymore? Cerberus has become a member for his 7th month. He says technically a 5 for your troubles. Stuck in Sheboygan for the night. Wisconsin deliveries are a rarity. Well, thank God for that, right?
I actually love Sheboygan. I know I'm out on an island alone. Oh, no, you've spread your shit to me. Yeah. I don't know what that is.
I tell you.
I didn't do that all day.
Wisconsin is a shithole, my friend.
I like
the whole
that
thing.
part.
You can get close to Minnesota. The closer you get to Minnesota, like Hudson, you get closer to Stillwater. It's not so bad, but...
There's a beach, though, in Sheboygan.
The more inland you get on Wisconsin, it's a nasty, nasty, godforsaken place. Guys, we are 185 away from tonight's goal. Let's make this thing happen. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, memberships, gifted memberships. It all helps to knock down that goal and get us, keep this show supported and get us to overtime. It's just the every show goal we need to keep this thing running on even, as it were. Also, get your steel toe coffee at crescentmountcoffee.myshopify.com. Zen Rhino will have that in the chat very, very shortly, and you can pick up your Steel Toe coffee. That helps keep this program afloat as well, but nothing keeps it afloat quite like that goal. We are a show that lives on listener donations, so if you're feeling generous, $185 away tonight. We could use an all-hands-on-deck approach to knock that out. We're at 8:30, so we're 25 minutes away from playing the music and rattling the cans and doing that e-beggar job that we have to do so well to make sure we hit this thing, please and thank you. All right, April, don't look.
I've seen the still shots
We're gonna test you on this one. You're gonna watch this. For those of you who don't know, April is deathly afraid of sharks. She is very fearful of them. She hates them, despises them, doesn't do well with them. She shakes.
Evil cretins.
For a long time. Now,
sent from hell.
I'm guessing great white sharks are the worst.
They are awful, yes.
Okay.
They're the absolute worst.
You see them, you shake, it takes you a while, it fucks you up for a minute or two.
Back in the day, like as kids, my brother would get those stupid National Geographic magazines in the mail. Shark Week comes in the mail, so I'm rifling through. I'll throw it. I'll flip through and I'll see the shark.
To this day.
I would throw it.
Dave Nunn, thank you. $4.99. Not sure if anyone mentioned, but Yingling is owned by Miller. Well, there you go.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
People like that one.
All right, that puts us at 180 away. Thank you, Dave. We need everybody getting busy, everybody chipping in a little bit. It all helps to knock out that goal and help us do a seamless program. There is, I know that
Jive
one.
Turkey.
That is Jive Turkey. I got to remember to keep my Streamlabs open. Jive Turkey with $10. Appreciate that. Can I have an April drop? All right, let me find my first April drop, and I will play it for you. This isn't her.
Shut up, cunt.
No, why would you?
Are you sure?
That
my
is
balls
not.
dropped that day.
Here you go. This is an April drop. That's her doing that.
That was spam coming out of a can.
Here you go.
You could at least let me swallow first.
There you go. There's an April drop for you. Thank you very much. Nice with $5 says, Hype Train, do what? Thank you, Chad. Appreciate
you.
that. I like that very much. We appreciate your generosity,
Warms the
Mr. Zumag. Now we're 165 away from knocking it out. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All right. So let's test April. She's deathly afraid of sharks, despises them, scares the piss out of her, can't handle it, fucks her up for minutes at a time.
I'm starting to sweat.
I'm going to make her deal with her shark fears. This is a video a man took on his fishing kayak. Now, why you take something low to the ground?
Because you're mentally retarded.
Out into the fucking ocean where there's aliens that will eat you or grab you.
A whale comes up. Are you kidding me? You're done.
Breaches and just fucks up your shit. Look at this. He's got a little
seagull farts and you're dead.
He's got a little fish club just in case he catches something really big.
That's good.
Well, here we go. This is a man in a kayak going fishing off Oahu in Hawaii, and he gets a little visit. Now, you're going to watch this. If you don't watch this, we're going to watch it again.
Can I watch it through fingers?
Nope.
It helps me.
You have to
If I
watch
do
it.
this?
Watch the...
Jesus! I hate you so much.
Here we go.
I hate you. I do.
Here it comes. Look at that crystal blue water. It's so beautiful. It's just... Oh, my God.
Tiger shark! Tiger shark ran me. Holy f.
Well, I mean, it's a little late now to tell the guy about it. He's gone. So how, on a scale of 1 to 10, how'd that fuck you up? You seem to handle that pretty well.
No, my pulse is racing. My hands are sweaty.
It's just a shark.
I knew it was coming.
Is there vomit on your sweater already? Mom's spaghetti? You're nervous, but on the surface, you look calm and ready.
You know that feeling in your pits when you can like forcefully feel the sweat forcing through? Like it didn't want to be there,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
call
just
that
like forcing it.
Sitting here and performing. Yeah.
I don't sweat usually.
It's a common thing for me.
I'm a Scandinavian. I don't sweat.
Well, let's watch it in slow motion just in case you missed it. Now, where do tiger sharks rank on your list of things that fuck you up? Like, look at that guy. Look at him. Arrgh. See, you can't really be afraid of tiger sharks because they have those big tarred upper lips. They look really fucking stupid. They've got those big upper mouth areas.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't... Look, great whites are obviously way worse, but...
What about threshers?
They're okay. Their tails are long and weird. I don't know. I like nurse sharks. Those are fine.
As Packer gifting a Steel Toe membership to Matthew Quall.
I feel like I
Thank
don't
you
smell
very
good
much.
now.
I appreciate it. Well, they can't smell you. You'll be fine. Sid Seraph becoming a member for his second month says, feels like I'm begging for credit. Why? Just because you're showing people that you're a member? We like that.
Can sharks smell fear?
I don't know. Is there a fear pheromone? I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is. That's what stress sweat is.
I don't know if they could. I don't know if they would hear or smell ours. Like, it would be kind of foreign to them, I would think.
I don't like how calm that guy was on that kayak. Like, he just almost had his life ended.
He shit his pants pretty bad there when he finally realized what happened.
I don't know.
Like, here.
Not enough.
Tiger shark! Tiger shark ran me. Holy.
Was that Kim Jong?
Now, why? Why? I didn't think.
I love that voice.
I thought we were going to get away from that without any bigotry and
shock.
racism.
It bit me.
But I was wrong. Toolman Mike says, going to go swim with whale sharks and sea turtles later this week, April. There you go.
See, now they're okay.
And he throws $5 our way.
Thank you.
Then Sid Seraph with $9.99 says, funding for getting sharks near April. I kid. Oh, what a guy.
I figure, like, those stupid people that go down in, like, shark cages and stuff, you just don't want to be around. Like, you're just done.
The ROTC crowd just going Frozen. Is that you? No, that is not Frozen Asian.
It's a shark. It bit me.
You know what? Maybe it was. It might have been Frozen.
It's pretty cute.
Thank you to Flex with $5 Australian says, good day, Aaron and April.
Hello.
Well, guys, that's going to put us at 150. You guys are cruising. MSO said no goal tonight, but holy shit, you guys are now down to 150 all of a sudden. If a handful more of you jump in on the act, we might have this thing kicked pretty soon. There's Danger Bear Wolf Turtle with $40 over on PayPal. There you go, guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Striking while the iron is hot. We are down to 110 all of a sudden. Thank you very, very much. Keep her going, and let's KO this thing.
So, how do you think I handled it, since you obviously played it on purpose for me?
Actually, pretty well. I'm a little upset.
I'm trying to get better at these things so you stop doing them. Because not this one, but the one before that you played for me really did a number on me. It was awful.
It really bugged the shit out of me because I thought we were going to get you to freak the fuck out and lose your mind, and you didn't. You really did handle it like a champ.
I can't even explain why I'm like that because obviously I don't live in the ocean. But it's
really. Thank you, April.
I
thought I was told you live in a pineapple under the sea.
I think I saw the movie Deep Blue Sea when I was too little. And
look over here. Don't look.
Babe, no.
I want to test you. I want to test your threshold.
I'm going to take these off because I don't like hearing it.
I just want to test your threshold.
Nope, this is it. You tested it already. I saw you type in great white shark. It's over.
Come on. How about orcas?
That was it. You tested it.
Can you handle orcas?
I did not hear typing. You didn't change it.
All right, here. Fine.
You're lying.
Fine.
You're such a liar.
Here you go. We'll play this for
About 8 million years ago, a little baleen whale was swimming in the warm coastal waters of 0.6 million years ago.
It's a megalodon. Oh,
yes,
my God.
Really? Don't let Hollywood convince you otherwise.
Look at that. That was a megalodon.
Megalodon disappeared entirely from the fossil
where'd you
record,
go?
just as the Pliocene gave way to the Pleistocene.
Why
and
are
there's
you?
also proof of its extinction
What
in
happened?
the
You're
composition
sweating.
of marine life that we
What's
find
the deal?
today, especially in the kinds
What?
and sizes of whales that swim
Trying to
around
show everybody what's
the size
up.
of its
And
prey.
look at that. We're
And
being
both were
educated.
shaped by forces
We're
much
being
bigger than
educated.
themselves.
Look, that's a
These external
megalodon.
forces began at the end.
You're talking about porkers.
Tectonics caused the uplift
Talking
of
about working for a living. I'm talking about sharking.
weathering of these growing mountain ranges pumped massive amounts.
Look at that fucking guy. Look at that big piggy shark.
So did the sharks.
Look at that giant pig fucker.
That's because the
All right. Let's take that off then. All right. Come on back now. If you ever want to try again. What? What?
I don't trust you.
What seems
I
to
do not
be-
trust you. You lie to my face. I
What-
hurt my hand doing that. Do you see how red that is?
Yeah, well, don't hit them so hard.
God.
Carlos says soon she'll overcome her shark fear.
No, I won't.
wrong
I
with
tried. The week that I got my wisdom teeth removed and I was on like opiates for a week, I watched all the Shark Attack movies with my brother and I loved it because it was Shark Week.
Sure.
After that, I can't do it again. I've tried.
Boy, that's
But now I'm sweating. Now my hand hurts and now my show performances.
I was actually no, people love this kind of performance. But no, I was just trying to see if we could do immersion therapy. But it backfired. It's my fault. Scarface with $4.99 says, April, I live in the shark attack capital of the world and one of the most famous surfing destinations. Do you and Aaron want to visit?
Nope. I will never go to Australia either. You can't catch me in that water.
Oh.
Can I have that back, please?
Okay. What would you like? Oh, the shark here. I'm just kidding. I don't have it up anymore.
I wouldn't put it past you.
I don't have it up anymore. I don't know. I can't be scared of sharks because I know they can't hurt me.
Ever since I saw Deep Blue Sea, I had like horrific, like lucid dreams all night about this humongous shark. And I was like squeezed into an aquarium with it, like up against it. And I always had dreams where it would like wrap around and like come around to like get me. And I always had to get away from it. And since then, like I can't look at them.
Michael B says, walking a second mic is funny. All right, the verdict is in.
Ouch.
Aspacker with $9.99 says, more baby shark, LOL. All
Look
right.
what I did.
Yeah, you fucked
that
up
was
your
just
notebook.
from smashing.
Yeah, you got to learn to control yourself a little better. That's ridiculous.
Well, you got to be kinder.
I'm doing my best. Trying to help
You're
you.
going to hell for lying.
I was trying to help. That's all. Just trying to help. Guys, we are officially an even one hundo away from knocking out tonight's goal. Thank you very much. MSO, I hope you're still sticking by your prediction that we're not hitting it tonight. Tiger Sharks don't do... Oh, sorry. Camel Toe says, Tiger Sharks don't do clubs. And throws in $5. Thank you very much. MLC was actually making April anxious this afternoon. They were yelling at Ray, and Ray was being stupid, and April was...
stupidest. I don't like talking about anybody, but just listening to the three of them talk gave me, like, AIDS. It was so bad. They were so dumb. Like, not Bob, really, but it was like the things... Ray's got a fucking excuse for everything. Okay, and they might be true, they might not be. I don't know, but he had an answer for everything. And then fucking Kevin's out here, but... I don't even know what he said. He just kept repeating the same thing. And Bob's just yelling at him, why didn't you talk to somebody? And I'm like, okay, it's been an hour.
Scarface with $1.99 says it's in Florida, not Australia. Well, there you go.
Well, I have waded out about 100 yards into the Gulf because it's really shallow and it'll be like up to here at 100 yards. But I stepped on a crab and simultaneously a little fish grazed my leg, and you've never seen me move so fast to get out of that water. I was so scared.
Dead Jester says, being completely defenseless at the mercy of fate while floating in a liquid ether with nothing but an expansive blackness below you that's filled with anything that could appear smiling towards you. It's a good point. Everything in the ocean is looking up and smiling at you.
With
and
big
it can
teeth.
all murder you.
I'm not for sharks. Like, if somebody wanted to, like, press a button one day that just kind of ended all sharks, I'm okay with it.
So it's all like me with pit bulls. There you go.
Obviously, they cause more deaths, right? But if I had to like choose between dying via shark or pit bull, I'm taking the pit bull.
Really?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
I can't deal. It might be over quicker for me if it was a shark, because if I came into like close proximity with one, I would die of a heart attack. It'll explode, and I'm done.
Thank you very much to Phage Lives with $9.99 says there is a great white petting zoo in Florida. You want to go?
No, there's not.
Want to go?
No way.
It'll help you with your fears.
Prove it. You can't pet those things. No.
You said prove it.
Okay,
Hold on.
Let
me prove it.
You can't touch those.
Great white shark petting zoo. This sounds adorable. What happened to the great whites we put in aquariums? All right, I'm not seeing
They
it.
ate everyone and then busted through the aquarium walls.
Why no? Guys, you see she's looking off to the side. She doesn't want to accidentally see a shark. It's remarkable.
Do you know like the level of anxiety it causes me when you play videos and I can like hear them swimming through the water?
And by please, I mean Celtic.
Looking.
Nothing does this to me like sharks do.
And the place
Yeah, this video sucks ass. I don't see anything about shark petting zoos.
He just wants me to visit.
Sorry. $5 from Less Trust, More Truth says, April, just imagine you were swimming thousands of years ago off the coast of Australia when you see the shadow of a megalodon behind you.
No. See, that's like my worst nightmares. I've had that dream before.
Marble says, that's it. I'm putting up the cat signal. Oh, shit.
I would rather hang out with 100 cats than poke a shark. Unless it was one of those stupid sand sharks. I like those.
Back to the lab with $3. Thank you very much, buddy. We are 85 away from knocking it out tonight. So all of a sudden, you guys are really, really close. We've got 10 minutes until we rattle the cans. Maybe we need it. Maybe we don't tonight. We will see. Camel Toe with $5 says, I don't even like MLC. I just love the hack comedy of him calling you Camel Toe. Thanks for entertaining us. No, I always find
Thank you.
He doesn't call us Camel Toe anymore. Ever since he found out what a piece of shit Chad is, he's been a lot nicer to us.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
I actually really like... I will listen to MLC now because they got rid of the biggest tumor they had, we'll say. And like just for Kevin's voice. Right. It doesn't really matter what he's saying. I just like it.
We usually check in for a few minutes because literally I think both of us have the attitude of, let's see what Kevin's yelling about today.
It is fun. Like if you're going to listen to yelling, you want it to be
I like it when Bob pushes back like he did today.
Today was nice. I did like hearing Bob push back.
Kevin has been kind to Steel Toe, says D. Gulag. He did. He was kind of on our side with that producer Joe hack. Remember, he was like, yeah, I didn't trust that guy ever since he was a piece of shit to Ray with the steel toe thing. And I'm like, fucking right, Kevin.
I know you had just been on the show and you were trying to be nice, but I hated that after you came on, like after that Ray DeVito interview, you were trying to be like understanding of producer Joe. That guy's a piece of shit.
Let me tell you why I'm understanding.
He's terrible.
But let me tell you why I'm understanding of him. He has a boss. He answers to people, and he wants to impress his boss. He's like a little puppy up on his hind legs.
Yeah, but...
I understand Joe because I don't feel any heat from Joe. I don't feel any kind of like threat from producer
bad
Joe.
At his job, though.
And I picked him up by the scruff of his neck when he got a little bucky, and I set him back in his little baby seat, and everything was fine. So I didn't really feel any heat from producer Joe. And you noticed during the interview, I was kind of laughing at him because I knew why he was doing it, and I knew what he was doing. And it's like, dude, Shuli's not going to give you a raise.
No,
Shuli's not going to
not.
give you, another show or
I'm sure
anything like
Shuli
that.
doesn't care about you.
Yeah, it's
It's just so unprofessional and so bad.
Relax, part-time gig. All right. So anyway, thank you guys very much. Oh, and thank you to Nice says for the baby sharks. Appreciate that, buddy. Got us down to 75. What a good crop of kids you guys are. All right, we got a couple more stories we can do. Before we rattle those cans. Not a lot of can rattling to do tonight. We're only 75 away. There is the Streamlabs and PayPal links in the chat if you'd like to use those. Otherwise, Rumble, YouTube, all that stuff works. All right, we promised this story a while back. Let's get into it. Keep hitting like, keep hitting subscribe. We appreciate it. Ken Rosado, ABC 7 in New York. He's one of their longtime anchors. And he got fired over the weekend. And he got fired over a comment he made on a hot mic during a commercial break.
Always dangerous.
Now, you may think, well, Aaron, if it was on a hot mic, but it was during a commercial break, who gives a shit? Well, if it's a hot mic, everybody in the booth can hear it. Everybody behind the cameras can hear it. Everybody in the building that's wearing headphones or monitoring the broadcast can hear what this guy said. Local news anchor Ken Rosado was axed from ABC 7 for allegedly referring to his co-anchor, Shirlene Alicott, with a 4-letter word.
Oh, it was.
It was the one I would put my money on.
Oh,
the long time,
God.
and I haven't seen this yet. There's some of these that I don't read in advance because I'm like, I want to find out what the audience.
I figured it was this or something anti-Semitic.
No, I think if you're a news guy in New York, you know to keep that shit bottled up.
You hope so.
Yeah, I think you do.
Okay.
The sexism is always bubbling right here. I know that personally. Transphobia, too, I feel like is just kind of bubbling right in the gills.
It's choking you.
Yeah.
You got to let a little bit out.
The Jew shit you keep way down here in your bowels. That stays way out there.
You pull it out for the only very private moments.
Or when you're watching certain documentaries.
Aaron only says that shit during sex.
Yeah, exactly. I said bike, I swear. The longtime local Eyewitness News This Morning anchor was immediately fired after he called her a cunt on a hot mic, according to a source.
Uh-oh.
And I think they're starting to leak this because for like 3 days, they didn't tell anyone what he said. But then people were starting to theorize that he said the N-word. And so now they're like leaking it out. They're like, whoa, no.
Wasn't that bad,
He didn't say the N-word. Like, I'm sure this Ken Rosado was like, hey, I know you guys don't want to be involved in any of this shit, but if it gets out and people think that I am saying the N-word on a hot mic, they're never going to hire me. But if they think I called my co-host a cunt, they're going to be like, well, who hasn't done that in the business?
I understand.
Rosado was off the air when he allegedly uttered the phrase, we were told, but insiders previously said his remark was picked up on an open mic and he was immediately let go. A spokesperson for ABC replied with no comment when they reached out to them on Sunday. Rosado's rep would not confirm or deny that he referred to his colleague with the C word. You know what that means?
He did.
He called her a cunt.
Well, do they have audio? I want to hear it.
No, they don't. They were trying to keep this whole thing under wraps. That's who he called a cunt, by the way.
She's pretty, but like that doesn't mean anything.
Well,
what do you think?
So there's him. Decent looking enough older dude.
Sure. Yeah, he's nice looking.
And then there's the pretty young anchor.
She's pretty, but if you look into her face too much, she looks like she's up to something.
You think she could be cunty?
I don't know. She's pretty.
His rep had previously quickly shot down an insider speculation that the anchor was caught on mic making racial remarks.
Ooh.
Being fired for any racial slur is 100% inaccurate and untrue. Ken Rosado had a benchmark of 20 years at WABC of supporting all equality, except for those rotten cunts. Am I right?
Is calling somebody a cunt really?
I would hope that by now,
inequality, or is it just like, wow, I've had it with that person?
I would hope by now that we would be on a level of equality where cunt was like calling someone an asshole.
Right.
Like you can do that at work and survive.
I agree with you, or you
might have to have a conversation with a couple of people, but you can survive it.
I feel like that's where the gay F is headed to. It has nothing to do with gay people.
See, you and I disagree on that one.
I don't think it has anything to do with gay.
I don't think gay F word is heading close to asshole. I think it's heading closer to N word.
It'll get there.
Oh boy, April's playing the long game. So he called her a cunt. I mean, that seems fine, especially in the news business. I'm sure it's not the first time it's been uttered. Those guys those men who work with women at the desk, I'm sure there's, you're an asshole, you're a piece of shit, shut up, you cunt, and it's just like a common thing.
And he's been there 20 years. Pretend he doesn't say that. Every day he has to sit next to her, and you just caught it this one time.
MSO, I certainly cannot read what you just wrote. That
gets worse than that. You've missed it.
It's the, now he goes to Fox News, says MSO. Oh, did I miss?
Oh, it's okay.
I missed another
it's right
MSO
there.
one.
Yeah,
no, it's
Jay
the one
Santos.
Nobody says anymore. Oh, well, nobody plus one. How about that?
Hey.
Phage Lives with $4.99 says, check your good book page. What is my good book page?
What's a good book?
I don't know what that is. Here we go. Oh, my goodness. Sid Seraph says, no can rattling tonight and throws 75 into the PayPal, and we have knocked out tonight's goal.
Sid.
Thank you very much, Sid. That's very sweet of you, buddy.
Thank
That's
you.
going to put us a total of $10 ahead for tomorrow morning, because we said this morning that we were putting 5 into tomorrow. So we are $10 in.
That's pretty cool,
to tomorrow morning. Thank you, guys. Crossed over 300 viewers tonight.
Yeah. Oh, really? How'd you know that already?
Because at a time where we're usually in the 260s, 270s, we're at 295, so I'm just assuming we did.
Nice.
So thank you, guys. Plus Rumbles 50 or 60. Throw that in there. Pushing 400 tonight.
We're growing.
We appreciate that. So thank you very much to Sid. Now, poor Just a Dabbler doesn't get himself his super chat music.
No.
Poor bastard.
It'll be okay.
Well, anything else you guys throw in tonight, that's going towards tomorrow morning anyway. You know we don't pocket anything extra on this program. All right, before we get into our last couple of stories before the Alex Jones overtime, remember to go to crescentmountcoffee.myshopify.com. There's the link in the chat, and pick up your Steel Toe Coffee. They've got a promo code JITTERS, which is good for one order. They're taking $1 off of each bag just for this week. Crescent Mount Coffee wanted to do that for you.
Delicious.
To commemorate the launch of Steel Toe Coffee. Check it out. It is a Bali Blue Indonesian medium and dark roast, tasting notes of dark chocolate, molasses, and brown sugar. This is a coffee so good that even a coffee hater like me had to taste it and go, that is not puke-inducing dog shit.
He could stand it.
I could stand it. April loves it. Johnny loves it. Zen Rhino loves it. I saw a couple of other people sent me messages today saying theirs is already there. So within 5 days, but for a lot of people, it's ending up being less than 5 days. All of the bags are made to order, meaning you order it, they start grinding the beans, packaging them, and shipping them, and it all gets to you fresh in 4 to 5 days. That's crescentmountcoffee.myshopify.com for your steel toe coffee. People were saying, why isn't there a PayPal payment option? There is. You can. It's right there. They accept all forms of payment on Shopify. And I've been told if you use the Shopify app, that you earn points.
Okay.
That can be dollars off.
That'd be cool.
Your next order. So there you go. Check it out. And then we're in the future, we're looking to add whole bean, April's Magic Bean,
espresso
and
roast,
K-Cups, maybe espresso roast at some point. But right now, the big ones are whole bean and K-Cups and April's Magic Bean. Those are the big ones thus far that we're looking to add. All right. That means we're going to overtime tonight. Thank you to Flex for renewing his membership. Says new member, well done, upward to the moon. Appreciate it. All right.
Thank you.
Time for a couple more. And then Sandy Squatch says, don't you also have a promo code now? Yeah, I just put it in there. There it is, right there in the chat. It's pinned to the top of the page as well, if you want to make an order. So TMZ is going hard on this Britney Spears thing that I think is premiering tonight.
Ooh, do you want to see it?
I think in like 5 minutes this thing starts.
Damn it.
And TMZ is really leaning in on her. They're even reporting that her marriage, which is like, what, a year old?
Maybe.
Is now on the rocks. Now, I think according to TMZ, everyone's marriage is on the rocks.
And suddenly they're great next weekend.
Yeah. I mean, or sometimes they do. Just fucking hate each other's guts and want a divorce. But anyway.
Right, they actually see TMZ as an opportunity.
Yeah.
They're talking about it now.
Although, arguably, TMZ is reporting on people from Hollywood, so I'm sure all their marriages are messes. So there is that part.
It has to be hard, right?
Yeah. So this is their latest on Britney Spears. Now, so far, this documentary has shown us that, in my opinion, and I was of this opinion early on. I said before they even lifted their conservatorship, I go, yeah, she should be allowed to live her own life and manage her own money, but it's a big fucking mistake, and she will fuck it up.
Yes.
If you want what's best for her, you should probably keep her under the conservatorship. But, you know, everybody wrote a bunch of hashtags on social media, and they picketed, and they said, no, you should totally let her live her own life. I mean, we don't know her personally and don't know how insane she is and how much medicine she needs, but she should totally be responsible for herself.
Free Britney.
And then as soon as Britney got free from the conservatorship, all those people just disappeared into some other thing, probably protesting for Blackfish or something like that. And all of a sudden, Britney was left to her own devices, and wouldn't you know it, she's a fucking psychotic. She needs medicine. One of the things they said when they lifted the conservatorship was she shouldn't be around knives.
Isn't that, you don't need to say that for normal people.
No.
Okay.
Well, now Harvey Levin is he's snooping around. He's nosing around.
As you do.
Quite a bit.
Why
around.
Why nosing?
You know, he's nosy. That Harvey Levin.
Nosy. You know,
Yeah,
for no
he's
reason.
in people's business. You know, he's nosy like TMZ.
Just checking.
He wanted to do this documentary on Britney, and so far, I think the working title of the documentary is "Fuck You, Britney." I don't know what she did to TMZ, but they are laying into her big time.
That surprises me because I think they were all for her getting freed from the conservatorship.
Right, because it's like the South Park episode. They want a good harvest.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Multiple sources in the know say the marriage is on the rocks, volatile. There have even been times her security has had to step in.
We're told by wow, you married a crazy bitch for her money, and then you realized she doesn't turn off the crazy.
I hope he did it for the money, because if you didn't, you're kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, but it's like you married her and you're like, she's nuts, but she's got a shitload of money. Like, I can handle that. Can ya? Because she doesn't just go crazy. She's living in a constant state of craziness.
You need to make up stories to excuse her in public now.
Right.
Multiple sources. Britney's gotten physical with Sam more than once. He's a big guy and we're told pretty passive, so he just takes it. But he does get angry, and screaming matches are not infrequent.
No, it's not that he's a big guy and extremely passive. It's that she's got $60 million and he doesn't want to fuck up his money train. That's why he's passive, yeah.
Multiple sources tell us Sam has just had it. He doesn't stay at her home much these days, and all our sources say the marriage is in deep trouble.
There still is, a place where you have to take care of yourself, so it would be totally understandable if Sam reached a breaking point and had to pull himself back.
TMZ
See what I mean? Like, TMZ is only portraying this from one person's side.
Yeah.
This, and look, Britney Spears is insane, and I'm sure they're right, but like this is such a fuck Britney Spears kind of documentary.
I kind of want to watch it now just to see how. Like, do we ever hear from her? Do you think?
Oh no, she didn't.
I don't think she was in it at all.
TMZ didn't. I mean, maybe they reached out to her, but she ain't gonna talk to TMZ. I mean, look, they're trying to wreck it. This is where I do think some of this shit goes too far.
Well, of course it does.
This is a really sick person, and they're pushing and they're pushing and they're pushing. And TMZ is this passive aggressive shitty organization to where they'll push and they'll push and they'll push, and someone will get hurt or someone will hurt themselves, and people will go, "Hey, TMZ, why would you do that?" And they go, "What? What did we do? We were just reporting."
Depending on who they're talking to and what about, also, like, people get bullied, and like people that watch TMZ, like just a normal like viewer, will go out and try to harm that person too if they're in that proximity and stuff.
Yeah, like crazy people will just do some old crazy people shit.
I think this stuff does go too far.
Yeah, I mean, they really do. They dig in long after it's over.
It's
like they really do swoop in and pick at the carcass after it's dead.
It's like porn for them. They love it.
Like that Kanye shit. They kept saying like, "Oh, we hope Kanye gets better," and you're like, "No, you don't.
You don't. You need him to not do well."
Yeah, like they're dishonest about what they are. I wish they would just be honest about what they are and just go, "Hey, Britney Spears, is she dead yet? We'll fucking find out because that crazy bitch is due any second." Like that would be okay, but instead they're like, "Oh yeah, we're very concerned for Britney." It's like, you don't give a shit. You know that if she redeems herself, you're going to be there to report on what a great heroic turnaround it is. And if she dies, you're going to talk about what a tragic waste of potential it was.
And how she hurt her family. All this stuff. It's going to be wild.
Meanwhile, you're not going to talk about how you shoved a camera up her ass for every second of it. So, I don't know. TMZ to me is like, they're pieces of shit, but they're pieces of shit twice because they won't admit that they're shitty.
It would be pretty cool and very interesting to like be a fly on the wall of many households, but that doesn't mean we should be there.
Right.
Okay.
The wonderment is the key part.
That's what it should be. We either wonder it or not at all.
Rupert says they hurt her the first time. They made her life a living hell in 08. She didn't help herself, but they still wrecked her. Yeah. I mean, that South Park episode is pretty straightforward on that. I think they do a pretty good job kind of pointing that shit out. Eric Nagel says TMZ is all about selling their guided bus tours in LA and selling insulated drink containers like they all drink from. Yeah. Because you know those fat, stupid tourists are like, "Oh, that's exactly what Harvey drinks from when he's on the air.
I want what he has.
I want to drink out of what Harvey drinks out of." Really? Do you want to drink what he drinks too? Because it's the blood of young Hollywood actresses so he can stay young.
Ooh, that's not working. Did you see his face?
He's pretty fucking old. If I told you Harvey Levine was 70, would you believe me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Harvey Levine.
Didn't you just see his face in the last thing?
He's 72.
He's getting pretty saggy. Look out there in
I guess.
Hollywood, they do a lot of Botox.
He's starting to look like the Grease Man a little bit.
Yeah.
Old Harvey Levine. He's 5'7". God, he's a little worm. I'm surprised.
He's like my height. He's an inch taller than me.
I'm surprised nobody, I'm not saying anybody should. This would be a terrible thing, but I'm surprised nobody has ever tried to fuck him up.
I'm sure somebody has tried. That's not something you'd want to report.
Yeah. See, I remember Harvey Levin as the guy who interviewed people outside the courtroom at the People's Court. That's where I first got introduced to Harvey Levin.
I don't know if I paid attention back then.
Yeah. That's where I remember the guy from. Did you know that Judge Wapner from the People's Court, the original People's Court, Judge Wapner, he retired, but then he came back to do Animal Court for Animal Planet?
Oh.
Yeah.
That seems wholesome, actually.
It was it was so weird. He came back and he would judge people's animal cases. If someone should have gotten their money back from the nail clippers and the groomer and shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Clip your own dog's nails.
Yeah. Michael B says Rusty was a badass. Yeah. He came back. I mean, how much money can an Animal Planet really throw at you? I mean, don't get me wrong. This was back in the crocodile hunter days. of Animal Planet. So
The better days.
they made so much money on the Crocodile Hunter that they went, hey, you think we can throw some money at Wapner and have him do a cute court show? Sure, why not?
I think I watched that sometimes.
And then
Did you watch it?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
But then I bet after that Stingray went through everyone's, I bet you if you look at what year that Stingray killed Steve Irwin, and then what year a lot of shows were canceled from Animal Planet, I bet you it's the same year. Like Animal Planet went, well, we ain't going to have those Steve Irwin dollars kicking around anymore. You're all out of a fucking gig.
Dude, that footage is haunting.
There is no footage.
Well, of them talking about like what he said and stuff after.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, yeah, his wife got the only footage, and the rumor is she destroyed it.
Well, yeah. Would you want to watch it? Yeah, it's just
Me?
actually like porn now. Oh, yeah, you
Me or her? If I were her, I
Just
wouldn't
kidding.
want to watch it. But if I were me, I'd like to see. What year?
Hey, that was a joke. Like, oh, I don't like my spouse. Let me see this thing getting rid of my spouse.
So Steve Irwin died in 2006. What year was Animal Court canceled? I need to know. When society, what was the name of that show? Judge Wapner, Animal Court. 3 seasons. 98, 99, and 2000. So it was canceled long before. What's his name died? Steve Irwin. All right. Thought I'd check. Jay Santos gifting a sub. Brian Allen getting the sub that Jay Santos gifted. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see what Alex Jones' bitchy wife did to him. Remember the Crowder thing? Of course you do.
Yes.
Everybody remembers the Crowder thing. Well, last week, I guess Alex Jones' ex-wife, Kelly, decided that, well, Heather Crowder or Hillary Crowder shouldn't be getting all the fun. I got some shit on my ex-husband. Now, she, really hates Alex. I don't know what happened in that marriage. I'm sure that Alex is not the easiest guy to live with.
But you had to know that going into it, didn't you?
Maybe, but she released this audio of him berating her for 6 minutes. Now, I have not heard any of this yet. I was going to wait and listen to it with all you fine folks. But they got divorced in 2010 or somewhere around there, 2009, 2010.
You won. Does she need to release this shit now?
Well, it got really ugly, and I thought this was all settled.
That's what I thought.
And this is all over, and it's done. Who divorced the InfoWars founder in 2015 it was done. Okay, so a little bit later on.
Even so, though.
And the money was all figured out, and the kids were all figured out, and all of that stuff, and they both moved on to other people. Well, she's not hiding it at all. She said the Crowder thing came out. I wanted to show my Alex Jones shit because A, I'm sure the media paid her for it.
Duh.
And B, if they've got one on Crowder and everyone saw how that did, you got to have one on Alex Jones, and that'll go gangbusters as well.
Is this just the thing to do now?
Right.
Guys, my ex-husband also is a bag of shit to me.
Yeah.
Let me show you how big of a bag of shit.
Oh, God, we're going to have all of them. All the exes are going to be coming out. You name them. Kim's going to have them on Kanye, and it'll probably only make us like Kanye more.
I know.
Like a Kardashian getting yelled at by a black dude. I mean, that just to me, I'm probably going to be on the black dude's side.
That's life.
Your mom is a cunt who controls all our lives. Well, the guy ain't lying. So this is Alex Jones' ex-wife being berated by him. Now, this kind of gives me, because Hillary Crowder wasn't performing for the camera. That was on a Ring camera. That was just rolling and picking up that shit. Whenever someone's recording someone else and you're recording but they don't, you can play up your victimhood and you can really make them look like a piece of shit. The first person who comes to mind.
1, 2, 3.
Mel
Amber
Gibson.
Heard.
Oh, I was thinking Mel Gibson's ex.
Oh, I was thinking Amber Heard.
Because she had him on the phone and she knew she was recording him, but he didn't know he was being recorded. And he's like, you're a lying cunt. I deserve to be blown before the jacuzzi. If you get by a pack of it'll be your fault. And you're like, whoa.
She doesn't even respond to it because she knows she's recording.
Yeah, because she's like, keep him going.
I don't know what I'd say if you said that to me.
Oh, man, I would have a hard time not laughing.
I would
if someone were yelling at me like that.
Now you're just being ridiculous.
Yeah, I would have a hard time not going. Like if someone's on the phone with you and they're going,
I need a woman, not a fucking little girl with a fucking dysfunctional cunt.
you're just like, Jesus, man, take it easy.
How do you know it's dysfunctional?
Even recording him, I would be like, dude, I've got a recorder on. Take it easy. And he'd be like, what? Like some guy's yelling at you and you're going,
You need a fucking brain transplant. Has any relationship ever worked with you? No!
He didn't even give her time to answer, Mel.
You're a dishonest cunt! You make my life so fucking difficult. Fuck you! Get the fuck away from me!
I like that one.
Just fucking smile and blow me!
And who can forget this one?
And I'm beating that pussy up, not smooth, fucking!
That one might be my favorite.
No.
Of all those.
I don't like that
So,
one.
let's see. Alex Jones. Let's see if this rivals the Mel Gibson tape. This is Alex Jones yelling at his ex-wife. Now, this one I definitely don't feel bad about. This is, 14 years ago? They've been divorced almost a decade. Water under the bridge.
That's why I
Who
feel
gives
like
a
I
shit?
shouldn't be seeing this, but I understand entertainment value.
Let's all live a little. Because you love Alex Jones when he's yelling, on the internet. Now, how about Alex Jones when he doesn't know he's being recorded? Here we go. Oh, of course, they're going to play a 5-second ad so that we can
and
watch.
a gay one.
Yeah, really gay one.
Ugh.
Kelly, you know where the iPhone is, iPod that goes with this? Because it's been put over there where you put it.
I haven't
No, it's not
touched
there.
it. I have no idea. You can use your iPhone.
You know, we can't have a business partnership and buy stuff and live our lives and have you just go, like the first thing,
The first thing.
and just run your mouth with all the trash that comes out of it.
So, okay, this is how you know this
Starting strong.
relationship was in a lot of trouble. Alex asked where an iPhone was, and now all of a sudden he's like, yeah, that fucking trash is going to come out of your mouth. We can't have a goddamn business partnership.
Worse, he was looking for an iPod that went with the iPhone.
It's like Ben and Jerry's. Hey, do you know where the tasting spoon is? I don't know where the tasting spoon is, but if you're going to be a fucking asshole piece of shit all the time, I'm not making ice cream with you anymore, you dick. It's like, dude, I was looking for the tasting spoon.
Oh, no.
I don't talk trash, Alex. Where's my baby, first of all?
She's in there watching TV.
I don't think that's safe
So
environment
she's
for
sitting in
her.
the chair, she's big.
She's not that big.
Number okay, I'll just have the office buy me a new thing. Just
Okay.
you are ultra decadent, and you're totally.
I've got pneumonia.
And you're totally reverting.
I'm in a-
Oh, I hate her. He's going, you're ultra decadent, meaning like, you know what this is? Let me tell you what this is so far. Alex makes a shitload of money.
Yeah.
But she spends it with both fists. And this spoiled brat, when an iPhone is lost, she's like, oh, man, why don't we just buy a new iPhone?
It always goes to the kid right away, too. Like, they're not having a conversation about the kids, which obviously they're important, but she's, where's my baby? I don't know if this is a safe environment for her.
Look, full
We're not on topic here, woman.
full disclosure. I mean, I've been accused of being a misogynist before, but I am so far on Alex's side. Because you're right, she's deflecting to the kid thing to get the upper hand.
The babies are probably fine.
Just tell Alex what the fucking iPhone is. No, she's texting Steven Crowder on it.
I'm in.
And I have been taking care of the children, and I am nice.
You're not
I am
nice
a
to
good
me.
person.
You're not nice to
And you
me.
sit there and go, you can't even take care of the kids.
That's not what I
It's
said.
just, I'm a good.
You told me today. Did you or did you not today say, why is it just me or my parents when you're sick? When a wife is sick, the husband's supposed to step in and take over.
I've never known.
And yet you've got to
anyone
go
who acts
work out.
like you when you're sick.
I'm not acting like anything.
I don't have to go work out. My hip hurts. I think maybe about to jog somewhere.
You want to go work out and you want to go do this judging of the contest. I'm very ill.
I have to do that.
I know. So my
In
sickness is
between, the kids
inconvenience.
are all being, in between that, you're going to run around, come in the room.
I haven't done anything. I've been lying in the room and you.
These are two, you know what? These are two people who should have been done with each other a long time ago because they're finding any reason to fight.
I'm having a hard time understanding why this conversation so far is that bad.
Yeah, she's sick.
This sounds semi-normal to me.
She's sick. He doesn't like how she acts when she's sick.
Right.
That's not an uncommon
It sounds
thing
like
in
you're
relationships.
it sounds kind of bickery.
Yeah.
You know, they're just bickering.
Right. Like, you can't, she built this up as like, remember Crowder?
Right.
Well, look what Alex does.
Yeah.
You've been insulting me the whole time I've been sick, expressing disdain and hatred for me.
Oh, God.
You really believe all this stuff, man.
I do believe it.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm really getting where I genuinely...
You don't like me.
I constantly
It's
forgive you, but it's really starting to stick, man.
Forgive me for what? For
And
you
with me,
when you're
it
mean
isn't
to
like
me?
some-
She is a bit of an instigating, passive-aggressive cunt, though.
She's leading him.
Yeah.
Big time.
She knows she's recording this, and she knows he doesn't know, and he is getting frustrated by that woman shit she's doing.
But
Oh,
he
I
doesn't
feel
even-
for him.
He doesn't even sound bad. He's not raising his voice.
No.
He's saying, look, I've forgiven you for all these things and all this and that. And what? Like, what?
Yeah.
Ugh. Just mental thing where I have a period and then I get sick, and so I said I hate
You know
everybody.
what, Alex? It's not the case.
Fine, run me off like everybody
I
else.
haven't run everybody off. I've got a lot of people who likes me. I'm a nice person.
Look, you're gonna flip.
I'm not going to do anything.
You're gonna flip when I go to start another family and stuff, and you're gonna be begging, man.
You know what? My relationship with
I
you.
want it on record that you asked for this.
So you want to go do it to hurt me? You're so weird.
Oh, she is so... Oh, I hate her so much. Why did she release this? She doesn't look good in it.
She's doing a Crowder thing. Like, Crowder always releases stuff and thinks it's a big own, and it always ends up backfiring on him.
So apparently they agreed to, like...
They're perfect for each other.
They agreed at this point. This was 6 years before their divorce. They agreed, or it was finalized. I know they fought for a long time.
Holy tits.
But what he's referencing there about starting a new family and shit like that, they agreed to be business partners.
Ew.
And the emotional relationship is done because clearly they despise each other.
Yeah, they're not good.
And they're going to be, I guess, freed up to go do other shit, which is weird, but okay.
No.
You haven't been with this
I-
family, so now you're going to go with another family? You don't spend time with your family now, so you're going to... The first thing you think of telling
I
me...
do spend time with my family. You're a liar.
You don't
You're
spend
just
very
like
much...
your mother and your sister. You got to dominate
You are
everybody else. and
hateful
put
to
them
me.
down.
I don't have to listen
I
to
do
somebody
hate
talk
you.
to...
You're just like your mother.
You hate me.
So go call Virginia and cancel the house.
I'm not just like my
and
mother.
blow everything. Yeah, you do.
You've blown it, not me. You're
You know,
the one who
I'm a
treats
good
me
parent.
bad.
You're the one that runs in screaming at the kids all the time.
You are the parent who lets them do whatever they want.
Oh, that you guys hate each
God.
other and you project it on the kid. You two, yes, definitely need to be away from each other.
Yeah, this is not good.
You're just like your mother and your sister. Like every guy who's ever had a bad long-term relationship has been the way Alex has, where it's just everything. You get to a certain point and you're like, I'm realizing that I hate your fucking guts and everything about you and everything that comes from you. And it's just poisoned and toxic, and it all just builds up and spills over into your mother and your sister, and you fucking suck with the kids and this and that. And again, she's saying a lot of leading shit because she knows that they're recording this. We're like, you're not around the kids very much. Bitch, the fucking house you live in, the cars you drive, all the shit you have is because Alex Jones is busting his fucking ass while the government, while all of these different groups want him gone, probably want him dead, want him locked up in jail. They're trying to remove him and erase him from the internet, not allow him to make a living, and yet he's still making millions and millions of dollars, all for you and the family. And your big thing is, you're not here around the kids as much. How fucking dare you? How dare you?
I am not out of control.
You better learn.
I'm not afraid of you. I'm a good person.
Afraid?
Yeah, you're
What are you going to call the police from in the
pointing
bathtub again?
fingers at me when I've got pneumonia.
Oh, yeah.
You're so mean and cruel.
You're the one that's mean and cruel.
Oh, yeah, I'm sitting here saying all
have it
this
your
mean
way,
stuff.
man.
This is your way.
Truth is, you're a loser.
I'm a
You wanna
loser,
lose,
and
yeah.
I'm trash. I know you've told me
You
that
are
today.
really trashy.
I'm really trashy.
You'd have probably ended up in a homeless or in a mental institution.
Oh, Alex. Alex
I'm
is
going to guess
done.
every man has wanted to say that at one point or another.
I'm going to tell you this. Let me say this. She's no Hillary Crowder.
No.
She is not Hillary Crowder at all. If anyone knows woman tricks, she is doing so many, I know this is being recorded woman tricks. This is not how this fight goes if this is not being recorded.
No.
This is not how she is. Because she is baiting him into saying wild shit.
Constantly.
And then she goes, whoa, why would you say those crazy, hurtful things you're saying?
I'll say this. You said baiting into saying crazy shit. He's not even being that crazy.
Not that bad, but like loser, trash, you'd be homeless without me. I mean.
Is it wrong?
He's starting to get hurt and he's starting to hammer away.
Okay.
You can't say
Look
that.
at your brother. Look at your dad. Look at
Look
your
at
mom.
your cousin.
I know. They're a lot. They're a lot better than your family. They're a lot more love and a lot more creativity and a lot more reality.
I forgive you.
At least my family isn't anal retentive and all caught up and waging war against each other.
I
And let me
forgive
tell
you
you
for
something.
saying these things
You
to me.
attacking me like you're your mother
I
and I'm
haven't
your dad. It
attacked
ain't
you.
working.
I think you're the person attacking me.
Okay, you got that? I'm a good parent. I'm a good person. I'm a loving person.
You're not very
and let me
loving
tell you
to
something.
me.
There's a declaration of independence against what you're doing. You mess with me anymore, you better
I
learn
haven't
you
done
can't act like
anything to
this.
you. I haven't done anything to you.
You're the one with the mental problem,
God.
thinking you're an old woman and I don't like you. You're the one kicking me around.
Yeah, this is just a rotten relationship is what this is.
I don't like how she keeps she just said, I'm the one who's sick. Like, this didn't come from just your one sickness.
Yeah. I can tell you right now, she's a passive-aggressive abuser, and Alex is a dude. Alex is a guy. And Alex's instinct, this is why guys are so bad at fighting with women, is because guys' impulse is to attack a problem head on, go head to head with somebody, that like two rams locking horns. Women fight trickier. Women aren't physically built and like confrontational, so they fight trickier. Like Alex's wife is fighting, and they're passive, and that way they can fall back on, hey, you're yelling, I'm not. And it's like, yeah, but it's what you say. It's not how you say it. So Alex is getting caught up in that game that fucking passive-aggressive, abusive people play.
Okay.
When they go, what? I'm not even doing anything. And as a guy, you're like, no, we lock horns right fucking now, and we handle this. And she's like, whoa, now you're shouting, I'm going to remove myself. It's like, no.
I'm sick.
Yeah,
I forgive you.
That's there, what you're doing. That's mindfuckery. That's abusive. You're getting me worked up. And then when I go, all right, let's have it out. Let's do this thing. You go, no, it's like pro wrestling when the heel rolls out of the ring as soon as the baby face is all fired up and they roll out of the ring and walk back up the ramp. It's like, hey, wait a minute. What are you doing?
Doesn't the abuser ever realize that they're making things really bad for themselves, though, too? Because this isn't helping her.
No. Because what
It's
he's saying doesn't hurt her. Like, it doesn't bother her.
God, it would hurt me.
Right.
Not what he's saying per se, but like what she's doing, she's causing problems for herself. Like if I were to behave the way she is, I'd be so
But you're not a passive
overstressed. I would
Right.
actually ruin my life.
But that's what makes you not a passive-aggressive, abusive woman. You're not her, so you got to try and see the world through her eyes and not
that's
through your
really
eyes.
hard for me to understand how she's not making her life bad right now.
Yeah, no, because she doesn't give a shit. Like, she doesn't care
But
about
she
him.
should.
He doesn't care about her anymore either. They don't care about each other. Like,
It's not about that, but she's gonna really.
If any of this bothered her morally, she wouldn't be secretly recording her husband.
I guess.
I mean,
I've never done that.
Morality and rotting your soul went out the window when you hit play on the fucking talkback recorder.
You don't kick me around anymore.
I'm gonna go get the baby.
Go get the
It's
baby.
unsafe for you,
You don't kick me around anymore.
I haven't kicked you at all.
You better watch it.
Oh, watch it. Fucking watch it.
They all say that.
I'm not afraid of you.
No, you better be afraid of the consequences.
The consequences.
Because when I divorce you and split all
You
this
know
stuff
what?
up,
I've tried to make
it's
it.
for real. Let me tell you, this isn't something you can
but
go
you
back
don't
on.
have to hurt the kids doing
I've
it.
already-
He's you God, see, yeah, I hate
You
her.
don't have to hurt the kids.
I hate her. He's
What's
not doing anything of the sort.
I bet you he is a good parent. I bet he cares about his kids.
I bet you Alex is.
It worked it all out in my
You
mind.
can be
Look,
nice.
You better stop.
You can be nice in front of the children. You
Better
don't have
back
to hurt
off.
them.
You better stop attacking
I'm not afraid of you, Alex. I don't want to be with you.
Go
I don't
prove
want
it.
to be with somebody.
Go prove it. You go find out from Virginia how we disengage
Okay,
this.
fine. I
Let's
will.
see your destructiveness some more.
I'm not destructive. I'm not going to go.
I know why you're all
invest
hyped up. It's
7
something that's exciting and you got to mess it up.
I haven't messed anything up.
It's
I'm
a
sick.
diplomatic function. I know how you work.
You are a very bad man.
Oh.
Very bad man.
The diplomats are coming. You better act bad in front of them.
Oh, so some people came in and she acted like shit. or something. Yeah, she embarrassed him in front of some people, and he didn't like that. And now she's playing the innocent victim. Oh, again, like, I don't know. I think this might show us that maybe Alex is right about his self-destructive ex-wife, because she's releasing this, and this doesn't make her look good. It's 14 years ago. And if you give a shit about your children, you're kind of re-traumatizing them all over again.
They're old enough to like see this shit and take it in now.
So now you're releasing this. It doesn't make you look good. You don't look like Hillary Crowder here.
You don't look like you're over it, that's for sure.
He doesn't look like Steven Crowder. And you releasing this 14 years later kind of makes all these things he's saying about you seem kind of true.
Yes.
Wow. Let me tell you another thing. The USS Independence was... Or the Liberty. God damn it. I can't even keep it straight. You're driving me fucking insane. There's diplomats coming over, and you haven't made the goddamn baked mac and cheese. You piece of shit. Now go take care of my children with your runny nose and your pneumonia.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and go, and I'll take care of Georgia today, because I don't want her to be with you.
Oh.
I don't think you're a safe person to be with right now at all. You're full of anger and hatred. And
Hey, you're welcome to that. I'll be with you.
well, it's not really what I'm welcome
You're
to.
welcome.
Let's not be ugly in front of Georgia, okay?
Welcome. I'll take my car.
Oh, I hate her. She's bad.
That is nasty.
She's really bad, man.
When people fight, usually that doesn't translate to, oh, I'm going to be dangerous to my kid. I mean, that's a bad example.
This is some gross shit. That's some really gross shit.
That's not good. It's certainly not going to look good on her. There's no way it could, right? You have to be delusional to think that like he looked like a bad person there.
Yeah,
that's somebody at the end of his rope who's had it.
I think he looked really good. Or not really good. No, he didn't look I won't say he looked really good.
Compared to how they're portraying the video.
Yeah, they're trying to portray this as like Alex yells at his wife. He didn't even yell at her.
Nope, didn't raise his voice.
Like, okay, here's what Alex's part of this is. Alex is finished. Alex is done. Alex has had it. And Alex wants out. She's hitting record. She's not telling him. And to me, that already makes you kind of the bad guy. If you're actually being abused and we see this guy going mental on you, then I understand recording without him knowing.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that was going, and now you've released it 14 years later, yeah, you're a piece of shit.
Like I said, that sounded like bickering. That sounded like...
he had shit that he was fed up with.
Right.
And she was baiting him into losing his shit. And he didn't really take it. He did kind of if anything, he kind of did the Hillary Crowder thing where he's like, I'll leave. I'll take the car and I'll go somewhere.
Prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Blaze says she was trying to get full custody, so she was baiting him into saying something to use in court. And now she's still bitter and releasing it.
Right. Nothing says that you're over your ex like being shitty 14 years later.
She tried to make like a Crowder thing out of him. And instead, she kind of made it a Tucker thing. Where, you know how they released that stuff of Tucker?
He's more likable.
Yeah, and you're like, I get it. I understand Tucker.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh, I've been there. I know exactly where he's coming from.
Yeah, and now, like, with this Alex Jones thing, you're like, oh, you know what? I've been in situations with shitty people where they try to bait you into stuff and they try to, frame shit a certain way. Yeah, I get it. I understand Alex. And the only mistake Alex is making is that he's not out of here yet.
Yeah, that did seem like it took a while. You said that was 6 years before their divorce was finalized?
Yeah, but their divorce dragged on for a long time, too, like the court part of it.
God, that's so nasty.
Shaft says Nick DiPaolo has not been on Crowder since the wife tape. Is that true? Was he on there before? Or was he just doing a show on his network? Wow, if that's true, that maybe there is something to that. Maybe there's not. I don't know. Guys, that's going to do it for tonight. We got about a minute and a half left, so hit like and hit subscribe if you haven't done that already. Thank you very much for giving us a wonderful, wonderful evening show tonight. And I think we're like $10-15 into tomorrow morning's show, which will be Johnny and I. And then don't forget, Adonis Paul will be here on Wednesday morning. A lot of people are very excited about Adonis Paul playing guest co-host with with the Steel Toe Show on
With
Wednesday.
you.
With me.
Yes.
So Johnny tomorrow morning, then we got the evening show tomorrow night. Wednesday morning, Adonis Paul. Wednesday night, final evening show of the week. Then it's April and I on Thursday and Friday. Oh, I have another announcement to make. April, you don't even know this because it happened while you were gone. Chrissy Mayer will be joining the program on Friday at 10 a.m. for overtime. So we'll be wrapping up the week with worldwide news-making comedian.
Nice.
And friend of the show, Chrissy Mayer. She will be on at 10 a.m. Central Time to wrap up the show on Friday.
Very cool.
All right. Well, guys, thank you very much. Shaft says good show, but April owes us an hour. Oh, yeah. That's true.
You dropped the kids off.
All right. Steel Toe Coffee is available at crescentmountcoffee.myshopify.com. Check it out there. Use the promo code JITTERS and get $1 off each bag. All right, guys. Again, thank you very much. Appreciate you for your time. April, thanks for coming by tonight.
Oh, no problem.
We
Just so you
appreciate
can
it.
scare the shit out of me.
Yes, and we will see you again tomorrow at 6 a.m. Central Time for the Steel Toe Show. Take